punished.
We all need to laugh.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
What up, world? Welcome to the Fives of the Week podcast, episode 149. It's your boy, Fillie.
Grandmaster B.
Hollywood Apple Snatch.
Chi-Chi.
In the building from the new digs. We got Easy E in the building.
Yo, Easy.
We took a little hiatus, but here we are, boys.
He's a little disheveled.
Yes. A little pickled.
He's a little pickled.
A little swindle.
We'll make it, though.
So, Cheech, how you been, man?
I've been good, man. Been pretty busy at work.
Oh, yeah.
But that's all behind us now. And how about them Lions?
Yes, sir.
They're looking good.
Real good. How good would you say they look? 7-1 good?
7-1 good.
A lot of grit, baby.
Yeah.
When's the last time you seen that, Cheech?
1956, I believe it was.
There you go. Lawrence Taylor's number 56.
You understand?
You understand?
Dang.
I bet you that fucking bag you got is a lot lighter, ain't it?
About that bag,
Hell
man.
yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm saying, man.
How's work been? Are you happy that this election is over?
Absolutely.
You got to carry less political mail around?
Yeah. But a lot of it, we don't really have to sort. It all comes pre-sorted.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not as bad, but it's like 8 to 10 to 12 per house every day. It's just they just sit there, you know.
I felt
and I go through my mailbox. I rip it all up. I don't need to read this shit.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how they do it, man.
They was working late on Halloween. I know that. I felt bad for them.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Yeah, they were out there. It was late. I said, "Is that your costume?" I'm working.
How was your Halloween, Hollywood?
It was good. It was good for the first time. I could literally say it was good. I had about 150 kids.
Damn.
That's awesome, man.
I went through 7 bags. I've been there 8 years, and never. I had, I think after like the second year, I think I had 2 little girls come down, and I got stuck with a whole thing of candy. I said, I'm not doing this no more. Look at the block, nothing's there. I come, this year, and I'm like, man, they got graves out in the front yard, and I didn't even dress mine up. I said, I'll wait. Because I was going to put my stuff on. Thank God I didn't, because there was a lot of younger girls, kids, and I would have scared the shit out of them. So I didn't want to do that. So I got the bags of candy. Neighbors down there were going. They were giving hot dogs, pop, candy.
Hot dogs?
Hot dogs.
Oh, yeah. They had 100 hot dogs. It was sweet. But it was good to see the kids come by there, trick or treat, all that. You did have a few older ones come through. I said, come on, man. I said, ain't you carrying that bag right there? So you start running, you bust a hole in it, man. Come on now. But better than doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How much do you think you spent on candy?
Well, I got a good deal because I went to Kroger and got it, so they dropped it almost half. So I picked up all the jumbo ones for like $4 a bag. So it cost me like $33, but it was well worth it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well
nice.
worth it.
We went out to New Haven, man, and it was the best Halloween as far as like people being out I've ever seen since I was probably a kid.
Well,
This is all subdivision, and there's like adult lines and kid lines. They're passing out drinks and shit. People are walking around. Kids out there with drunk parents, probably not a great idea, but it's kind of a cool thing if you're out there walking for a couple hours.
I think it was
it's a
the
great
year.
time.
I think it was the year. Something.
It was warm, too. It was pretty good
beautiful.
weather.
But
Usually
I thought the
it
storm
rains
was
on
coming.
Halloween.
I thought that
Yeah.
storm was coming, so I thought they were going to get hit by that, and I'm like, oh shit, man. But it was a success everywhere for majority of the part. I could not believe it.
That's awesome.
Couldn't be happier.
Beautiful. GMB, how you been, man?
Yeah, my Halloween wasn't as great as that. I had some kid try to pull my face off, thought it was a mask. I'm like, come on, bro, that's what you trying to do.
Come on, man.
Exactly. No, it was cool. I mean, unfortunately, my neighborhood does not get a lot of kids for some reason. We live on the backside of a cul-de-sac. Yeah, but the next block over, there's cars lining up like 2 hours before things really start. And I think the trunk and treat thing is kind of taking some of that,
like the little
volume
kids.
away.
That's good for the little kids because everything is like close quarters. They don't have to walk to the next house. They get tired, man.
That's something that we.
So
need
the
to
trunk
look
and
into.
treat,
We were
them
talking about.
cars are right on top of each other. They're all circled in.
How about the Fives of the Week trunk or treat?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
I'd love to do it.
It'd be kind of cool, man.
Easy.
Something like that.
Fives of the Week trunk or treat. You like that?
He likes it.
He likes it. He likes
A
it.
lot of fun things coming next year. This
Yes.
season 5 coming up in 2 months.
I know, that's a big one.
Can you wear that for Halloween next year?
You didn't find that funny.
I'll do some videotape and reverse this so everyone can see what we're talking about when it comes to the Easy E. Halloween, though, man, it's such a big deal. But, you know, they get all of these Halloween places out, you know, towards the end of the summer, like right around the beginning of September.
Yeah.
They're already up and going. And, oh, my gosh, my daughter had a big party. And, you know, got to wear a costume. And I didn't know what there was really nothing I liked. And the wife orders these costumes. They showed up late from Amazon, so we were kind of screwed out of that. She ended up being freaking a beekeeper or some shit like that, and my costume never showed up, and I just showed up as an angry dad. I was just like, yeah, I'm here. God damn it, what do you want? You know, so all the kids were like, where's your costume? I'm like, it's Amazon, man. But
Go to bed.
some people go really all out for Halloween. I mean, some of the shit that these, I say kids, respectfully, middle 20-year-olds, they had some killer freaking costumes. Like all the makeup and the scars.
The women always try to look hot.
But that's a you know what that is? That's what they want to be at night.
Yeah.
Like if you dress like a like a really sexy nurse, that's kind of like their inner self coming out. That's their avenue to do shit like that.
What's the best costume you've seen out there? Adult or kid?
A big bell.
Big cowbell. No, the Joker is always really good. People do that really good. The Trump ones are great. You know,
I didn't see any.
No.
There
was a kid I saw on Facebook who knocked it out of the park. I mean, suit.
What do you have?
Was he a little guy? Like a little kid?
Like a teenager. I would
Okay.
say 13, 14.
That's funny.
We're gonna have to get a
Doing
hold of
the
that guy.
imitations. Great kid.
Great guy.
Fantastic
We
kid.
love
that
our
kid.
kids. We love.
But yeah, this
So
year
me
those
and
probably the top.
me and Lesh, we DJ'd the
Hard.
Halloween party at Three Blind Mice.
Yeah.
Scott went as the Pope.
I seen it.
So
I didn't know if you were going to be there or not.
That was good.
Yeah,
That was good.
I was the one. I'm the one that took the picture. I was a doctor. I was the doctor of intoxication.
Was that the one you guys were talking about
Yeah.
down at the thing you said
Yeah,
you
the
couldn't
Three
make it or
Blind Mice.
something?
Yeah,
Cheech saw
okay.
Scott and he immediately got hard.
that shit was funny.
As soon as you mentioned Lesh.
he picked up a bag of oyster crackers and he's handing out communion to people.
That looks sweet.
It
That
was
was sweet.
fun.
That was sweet. That was sweet.
Love when you bring the props.
I think the best one I seen was this little girl. She was dressed as the It.
Oh,
The kid, she was
from Adam's Family?
No, she that scary It with the balloon in the.
The clown, right?
Oh yeah.
She was about this big. She looked just like it. The makeup, the little hair hanging out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Too.
Oh yeah, it was sweet. It was nice. I really had a good time. Or I wouldn't have bought the candy. I was like, let me try it, and it went
Good.
beautiful.
Well, a lot to talk about, boys. So
Yes,
let's
oh, yeah.
get into it. So it is official. President number 47 is
And who
Mr.
would that
Donald
be?
Trump.
Donald Raymond Trump or Donald James?
I believe it's James.
The bell for
I believe it's Donald Jerome Trump. Jerome is the middle name.
Howard University.
We love it. We love our universities. Yes, we do.
So, B, you said you were up late watching it, right?
Yeah, till 2:30 this morning, like an idiot, because I got scared from the last election. You know how everything kind of fell apart. The last election was like that.
The machine's
That-
not working. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to do it by hand.
It was close. I did stay up. There was a lot of expectations on both sides. But yeah, I stayed up, and it was just as you started seeing these precincts starting to report live time numbers. By the way, if you watch the Fox, not the main Fox channel, they had it almost like the NFL Red Zone, man. They had all these great displays up. They could click on stuff,
And they were further ahead than the other channels.
by far.
I'm thinking, well, he's got 190 over here. Why are you guys? He's got like 125 on the other channel.
Yeah.
And that's a great point, Cheech. So what I was doing is I was kind of flipping between like NBC, ABC, and then go back to Fox just to kind of get the feel for where they were at. And if you watch one channel, you definitely see they were pulling for one candidate, and then you go to another one, it was kind of a par, and then you go to like Fox, and they're really pro. Are you trying to get our attention over there?
Were you,
Okay.
That's true.
were you
I've
scared
seen
at
that.
any?
I've watched that.
That's right.
Were you scared at any moment?
You know what? I wasn't, because
I wasn't either.
when you seen the electoral votes coming in, I think that's when you started to see things change. I get it, like, California, and Sam Toya, he's probably watching here right now. He kind of explained the whole electoral thing. The bigger the state, the more population, the more electoral.
And that's where she come from, was California. So they already knew that.
Yeah, that was
take
It's interesting too when you see the maps and how they break down certain counties have such an impact on the vote, though.
Absolutely.
And it seems small, but it's really huge.
Very huge.
Very bigly.
Did you see the guy on CNN? That guy with the white hair, he is down to the T. He's like, now we're going to talk right here. He goes, we're looking at all projections right here. They're all projections. So
is he the older guy? Like, it kind of looks like Harry
But
Carey.
he doesn't stop.
That's
He's
him.
like, they're all projections. We're coming to Michigan here. We're going back to California. We're
That
in Nebraska
dude,
now. I'm like,
he was on like 20 Red Bulls.
But I knew when he took that big lead, I said, she's done. There's no way you can recover that big of a lead. And looking at the other polls, and they were still early. It was unbelievable.
Well, I think once, like, it showed, like, she actually performed lesser than Biden and Clinton in some places. And I think that really hurt.
Yeah, because they kept pointing that out. Mm-hmm. Now, when Biden was here, he was at 86%, and she's only at like 80%.
Right.
So she's behind him.
Yeah, things of note here. You asked about this election. Trump and the Republicans, they had the trifecta, so this was a big thing here. They ended up getting, not only the presidency, they got the U.S. House of Representatives and the Senate, which is all big stuff, because now if everything got to go to law, you don't have that mixed bag. You can actually get some things accomplished.
You're playing like 5 on 12.
Right, and it's just shitty politics at that point. Back if you think of the Nancy Pelosi days and all that kind of stuff.
I'm sorry about that.
Trump, he's the first time a Republican has won the popular vote in 20 years. The last person to win the popular vote, the majority for a Republican, was 20 years ago, and this was back when George W. Bush was in his re-election campaign in 2004. So a lot of years have gone by before that popular vote is hit. So, that was a big deal, man. It was a big deal.
Yeah, now, for the love of God, let's try to get back right. You know what I mean? Let's get this country back where we need to be and, move forward.
Absolutely. And the thing is, like we all hear, your choice is your choice, okay? But to spread hatred on somebody else's pick or choice like that is uncalled for. You know what I mean? And if you're going to be mad at somebody else because of their choice, it's just stupid. You know what I mean? People have choices. That's your amendment. You do what you want. And some people want to take it to higher places, and it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's about being in America. And, you can't take it all that serious, You got to know when you vote.
Yeah, it's like rooting for a team. You got rivals, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like us and the Green Bay Packers. Like, you can talk shit all you want, but don't take it to a level to where, like, lives are on the line or you're, like, straight up disrespecting people personally.
Absolutely.
You could hate on whoever they're picking all you want, but, don't take it to that next level, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, I just think that shit's just kind of a little unnecessary.
Yeah, there's a lot of that divide still going on. And that's, Hollywood, you bring up a great point. The mainstream media, they basically doubled down on partisanship is what they did. That's kind of what they did with the Democrats. They doubled down on this stuff. We went, pretty much they're preaching middle class. We went straight from middle class to broke in 4 years. Mm-hmm. And again, this isn't about me being a Republican or a Democrat. I've voted both ways. I'm comfortable enough to say that in public. I voted Democratic for many presidents, and I voted Republican. To me, it was always, who is your best choice? If there's a necessary of two evils, you have to pick one. Mm-hmm. The thing not to do is not vote, because you shouldn't bitch if you're going to say, I never, well, if you had you go out there and do your civil duty. You go out and place your vote. Exactly. And that's the problem. The Democrats did not get a lot of people to turn out in certain districts that should have turned up to vote, but they didn't. So they had a lot of people registered, but then there's a lot of missing votes because they never showed up.
And they couldn't prove. I mean, they asked them, what are you going to do that you haven't done the last 4 years? What are you? They couldn't come out with something. So they, the abortion stuff was all in there, and women have their rights, but that wasn't the biggest factor. It come down to that economic, the money. The money.
And it came down to the narrative, too, guys, where you think about, like, all of the abortion stuff we talked about. This was a big hot button, right? Trump's against this, and you've seen the women's rights commercials and all this other stuff. You didn't hear about any of that last night. When they were interviewing people coming out of the polls and stuff, there was no discussion of that whatsoever. And that was probably how they played their game. They were trying to do stuff like that to try to go after those kind of people.
Now, did you vote early or did you go yesterday?
I did. I voted early.
Did you vote early?
Early, yep.
Yeah.
Mike?
I liked it.
Did you vote early or did you go yesterday?
I went yesterday.
So did I.
Yeah.
Now, do you find yourself, like, when you're in line, like, looking at the other people, I'm like, that's a Democrat.
Yeah, you're judging.
I'm
You're
thinking,
definitely judging.
That guy's with me. She's with me. He's with me. He's not.
Right.
She's not.
It's
I
funny.
do that the whole fucking time.
Somebody posted a Snapchat. It was a dude. You know, people were probably working whatever, but it was a dude wearing purple Crocs walking up. She's like, I wonder who he's voting for. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
we all judge a little bit.
It's funny.
Yeah, no, there's no doubt. Oh, as long as it's in fun, you know, and you know when you look at it at the end of the day, you had so many people, and we'll probably never ever get the number that they were last minute. They really didn't know
Yeah.
who they wanted to vote for.
Yeah.
But said, you know, one lady said, I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I went and had breakfast. I was undecided. I didn't know I wasn't going to vote. And I said, you know what? I'm going to come down here. And when I got here, I was the first one in line. My vote's going to matter. And that's when I made my decision.
Who'd she vote for?
She didn't say.
So
And that's okay, 'cause it's
so
a personal choice.
if she had sausage for breakfast, you think she voted for Trump?
Hey, Philly,
saying.
I want to ask you a question because this question got asked to me. What do you think, if you were paying attention to some of this stuff going on over the several months here, and it's heated up, obviously, right to yesterday, where do you think what turns you off about one or the other? I mean, you can say who or however you voted. Like, what was the part, like, in this whole campaign, whether it was hers or his, that you think turned people out to swing their vote?
I don't like when both of them, but it stood out to me particularly when Harris was asked about inflation and she continued to explain what inflation was, like the people are stupid. You know, you cannot treat people like they're ignorant, right? Because
Yes.
we've all seen this. We've all been around long enough to understand what's going on here.
Bidenomics.
That turns me off. And this is part of the reason I'm very political in a lot
Yeah.
of senses.
Yeah.
Because
Answer the question.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
give me something, right? Like
Yeah.
you don't have to explain your whole plan because obviously there's little gamesmanship there, right? You don't
Yeah.
have to
Oh,
give the
absolutely.
party to get an advantage and things like that, but don't lie to the people. Whereas I feel like when Trump was elected the first time, people wanted the anti-politician. You know, they wanted the anti-establishment person in there to kind of shake things up and what they call it, clean the swamp or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear the swamp.
Drain the swamp.
Drain
And
the
I think
swamp.
it's a little bit of that. You know, you want to get back to where we were, and honestly, when it comes to voting, I looked at personally the first 8 years, right? Those first 4 years and the last 4 years, how it affected my life, and you go ahead and you make the best decision.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it might be different for everybody. Like immigration might be a big topic for certain people, or the economy, or abortions. You know,
Yeah,
huge for
absolutely.
people. So everyone's going to have their take on it. I don't think there's a wrong one. You know, it's whatever you feel, and it's your right. It's like your civic duty to do it because there's people that have fought so hard and some have died.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
It's right. So I think, you know,
For us to have this
That's-
right,
that's
so
the
you
main
need
reason
to
I-
And
exercise
everything
that right.
on that, everything on that ballot matters.
Now, I don't know where the interview was from, but they asked her about transgender people in prison, and she said, I will, if they want to get the operation to switch over while they're in jail, I want to be able to pay for that. I'm thinking,
Each and every one of them.
that's so, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
I can
that
think
was
of a
big
million
thing.
things that your taxpayer dollars can go
Exactly.
to,
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
A lot.
much better.
You know,
Yeah, and I think
tape that motherfucker to your leg, man.
there you go.
Take this
I think that was a great take. Phil, I think a lot of what we're talking about is like these
Tape
kitchen,
is cheap.
your kitchen table conversations you would have in a normal family, right? We're talking about the things you just talked about how much things are costing you. Those are the important
Yeah.
thing here. It's
Yeah.
not about the transgender flip
You
flop
got to
and changing
balance
from
this.
this
You got
to
your
that.
house payment. You got your food. You know.
You know, I'll give you $6,000 for every new family has their first kid. It was buying votes at that point, and it's like, time out, man. This
Yeah.
isn't the problem. Here's the problem. You know, you're not looking at the bigger things, and I
Yeah.
think whether it was Democrat or Republican, I think people got really smart, and they're seeing through all the political smoke screens, and I
Yeah.
think that's where a lot of those people move their vote. Truly,
Now, do you guys work with like younger people?
yeah,
at your-
younger, older, little
Yeah,
mix of everything.
Man,
Mix.
there is a divide
Yes, there is.
beyond.
Now, do you think maybe what hurt her was the younger people not all getting to the polls and voting.
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%.
But
That's
I
a
think
big
a lot
problem.
went. I think a lot went.
Yeah.
You didn't get what you thought you were going to get, and the ones that dog Trump so bad, it comes down to like this: you could say one thing, but by the time you get up there, and your brain starts getting swindled, you're really starting to think. I don't want anyone to know this, but okay, it happens all the time. They say one thing and do another.
Yeah.
So it's what's good for you, like you mentioned, Philly. It's when you get up there, how you feel in your heart, how it's affected your life and your family. That's what's important. You know what I'm saying? Everything's not going to be perfect. Politics is dirty game. But what is good for you? And if you can't see that clearly, then I don't know, something's wrong with you.
Yeah. Oprah, Beyonce, Whoopi Goldberg, George Clooney, Robert De Niro. It goes on and on. The Hollywood elite put their necks on the line. This is who we want.
Yeah.
You know, and you're like, you're trying to captivate that young audience. Oh, well, Taylor Swift likes this guy or that person. I think I'm going to go to the polls. Did that work or did it backfire? Not just for the candidate, but did it backfire for that celebrity now? Because there's probably a lot of people who are not going to be fans of so-and-so because of endorsements.
And are they all going to move out?
Yeah,
of the
because they were
country?
moving out of the
they're right.
country, right? I mean, so
Well, ask Easy. He knows. Easy.
easy.
Will it work?
When you drop dogs off in Vancouver? No?
Absolutely.
You got a place over there? No?
Thanks, Steve.
Well, Le'Veon Bell, the former NFL running back, he said he would leave if Kamala won.
Wow,
Which is
Le'Veon
kinda
Bell. huh?
crazy.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's crazy.
If Kamala won,
Yeah,
he would leave.
Yeah,
Wow.
he was wearing a "Make America Great" hat.
Nice.
So
I mean, do we think that's going a little too far now? Either side.
yeah, I think either side. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous.
But if that's what you want to do, go ahead. I want to see. Yeah, I'll
It's
help you
still-
out.
Even if Kamala Harris
Just
won,
move to
I
Georgia
would
or
still
something. You gotta leave
I
the
would
country.
still want the best for America and still love this country. So,
Absolutely.
you know, I mean,
100%. 100%. Bottom line.
Hey,
let's
De
just get this shit
Niro,
together.
I'll drive you. Let's go.
Yeah.
Would you ride with Shady too?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him. I shouldn't, but it kind of just irked me. I was like,
But here's the thing, like we talked about before we went on air, you got two superstars, right? You got Eminem, Kid Rock, both on polar opposite sides of the spectrum. One's a Dem, one's a Republican, and they talked about, hey, one thing we can agree on is go Lions, baby.
Exactly.
So there doesn't have to be that much disdain amongst people,
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Should
it
be
doesn't
no
have to
hatred.
be that deep.
now,
yes.
now, did this thought ever cross your mind? Do you think Eminem's on some of them Diddy tapes?
Oh man, I hope not.
I hope not too, but you know what? It seems like everybody that was mentioned, they all went with Kamala because they're going to protect him. But Trump
But
wants
hey,
to,
this whole
he wants to release all
this
the
upper
names.
tier, Trump, the Clintons, all these people have been, pictured with Epstein and all these people. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
never really know.
No.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're taking a flyer on what you believe in based off what you know, right?
Right,
You
right.
can't base it on what you don't know. It's all speculation.
They had Denzel,
Yeah.
same thing. When he come up to me, I'm sure you all seen it when he come up for that award, and he tried to come by and, hey, man, get off me. He didn't like that.
Yeah, some people ain't playing
Yeah,
that
he
shit,
ain't
man.
playing
Yeah,
that. You know what I'm
no.
saying?
Oh, it's crazy, man.
Let's just hope we get back to where we need to be.
100%. Cheech, what else is going on in the news?
Well, what do we have here?
What do you got, Cheech?
We got a little.
1 hour later.
So this is a. She claims that she's a prophet. Her name is Celestial, and she has a YouTube channel, and she's on all these stuffs. And she says that she speaks to God, and her thing was, she said Kamala will be the president, but it's not because of the vote. So what she says is, what she was told is that Donald Trump will be shot and killed before he's inaugurated.
That's
Now,
sad.
I don't know if this is just, if she's throwing the shit out there just to make a name for herself so people go to her page and, she gets the views or whatever it is. But I just thought,
bullshit.
why would you even say something like that?
That's horrible.
Well, there
It is
has
horrible.
been 2 attempts, right? I mean, I think more now than ever that Secret Service security's got to be
Oh,
higher
yeah.
than ever because
Yeah.
But
you
it may
know,
still not prevent it.
Yeah.
still can't.
Well, now
it's sad.
hid because he's going to be the president now. Back in Pennsylvania in the summertime, they weren't really looking out for his best interest.
I think
How
that
does
was
that
an
guy
inside
even-
job.
Oh,
I
yeah.
still to this
Yeah.
day, because if you're looking at 100 yards, think of a football field, goal post to goal post or goal line to goal line. You're sitting in there, you got a presidential candidate coming in, especially an ex-president that's rerunning whatever. There's got to be so much security and surveillance that's got to take place before people even enter the venue.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me they couldn't find via drone or aerial
But they
photos
had
that
seen
they
him,
couldn't
too.
find something?
They had seen him walking.
The guy left his gun up on the roof the day before. How in the
People were
fuck
pointing,
didn't they
going,
find that?
He's up on the roof. He's up
Come
on the
on,
roof.
man.
I mean,
He's that kid that didn't get to change classes with the other kids. You know, he ate lunch. He was in the same room. He had English, science,
Right.
math,
One-stop
all in the,
shop.
by the
Yeah.
same people.
yeah.
Iran and Iraq are threatening to use weapons of mass destruction with nuclear capabilities. And they say that they could come in from the Pacific because they're so close. And they said Alaska, Washington, Oregon, all those western states, or they could even come in from Canada because Canada's so weak that they wouldn't know what to do. So
Not good.
Crazy.
there's so much shit going on right now.
We got a lot of cleaning up to do.
Yeah, I think the call will be made out.
So do you think this will ever cool down with just this vote that we just had? Is everybody going to mingle back together, or is it going to be split?
I think we'll always be a little split. It just is what it is. I think that once you start seeing some of the things done, and even like you start seeing inflation and everything come down, people seem to get a little more happier, get a little more money in their pocket,
Yeah.
gas is going.
And kind of like what Mike just said, too. If that's all you're going to talk about, it's never going to go away.
No.
But let's go Lions.
Yeah.
Let's go see this band. You're at
Exactly.
You're at a concert. You're getting a beer. You don't know who the guy is next to you, but oh
100%,
man,
yeah.
sounds. Oh my god.
Well, let me ask you this question. You talk about, and there is a lot of divide. Go back 4 years ago when things were well in our economy. Everybody, didn't matter what side of the fence you were politically on. I didn't notice a lot of divide then as much as it happened during the course of Biden's presidency.
Yeah.
It became more of a problem because when the Capitol was being attacked, that created so much animosity, so much craziness in our country. That built from that point, and it just kept going and going and going, and it built right up to this election. But in the 4 years that I think even Obama, when he was president, it wasn't that divided.
No.
I don't remember 8 years of his presidency being this hateful towards people and what they believed in, whether you were gay or straight or you wanted this or that. It wasn't so much of a big deal. It got worse over the last 4 years,
Yeah.
I think, because people started to see the corruption that is, like he said, Hollywood in politics. People are getting smarter. They're starting to see that shit. The
And we
smoke
have to school
screens.
them too. We have to continue to talk to them and help them if they want to reciprocate. You know what I'm saying? But if you got a person that's not willing to learn from experience, or there's a better way, you just can't help that person. There's sometimes they're just pure evil. You can't control that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
that's
If
true.
you're gonna have that hate like that, just go that way. You know what I mean?
People just need to come together. You know, that's why sports is so great. If I'm at a football game or a basketball game or a hockey, baseball, whatever, man, you're just there for the enjoyment. I don't even know anything about you, but I'm gonna high five you if you're right next to me, and I ain't gonna judge. That's the beauty of
Absolutely.
them kind of events.
Yeah.
That's what we need to get our mindset back around. Not just sports, but get away from all this politics.
It's a great getaway, but it's just sad that this kind of stuff affects your everyday life.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely.
So it has to be talked about as much as we may or may not like
Yeah,
to talk
because you
about
see
it.
it at the pump, you see it at the stores, you see it. Now when you see it come down, like you're seeing gas now, it's $2.98. Wow, it's going to get even lower.
We're gonna drill Hollywood, drill, baby, drill.
I mean, you can just keep going on and on and on different things.
Yeah. Maximum profits.
Oh,
it's gonna be great.
you have no idea, Kamala.
That's all I got.
We love our Kamala.
All right, Hollywood, what you got, man?
Well, I had. I'm sure we heard about the incident today with was all over the phone and everything about in Roseville, the high school was being shut down due to
I
an
did see
incident,
that.
which everything's kind of being like a little bit tight-lipped on it. I don't understand what happened. Something on the inside, Maybe something was said, all speculation, but the U.S. Marshals were there.
Whoa.
Wow.
Bringing in the big boys.
And that means big time. And it's sad because when I look at it and I see my brothers that I went there, and I don't even look at that place like that no more. It breaks my heart. It's like a place I once looked at Carl Breivik as being, okay, this is where I come from.
Yeah.
It's no more. It's no more. And it's very, very sad that the people in the city, that they have to sit there and worry, and your kids are there. We're there to learn. Okay, little things is better. Go to the opposite stand. It's so far off, and I just hope that it had nothing to do with what happened last night with the presidency and all that. I just pray and hope. But things got to get better, man. It's been going on for a long time. Lockdowns and all that stuff. It's not good.
It should be a safe haven for kids, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely.
100%.
You know?
I had a coworker. She's African American. She came in today crying over this because she thought all of her women's rights that were going to change, all of that's gone. She said it's so hard to be a black female, and we finally had hope. And she wasn't an asshole about it, but she said, it's been built up and built up and built up, and we really thought that we were finally going to get that opportunity. And she goes, it's sad.
We'll have a female president one day. Make no mistake about it. There will be a female president. And these kind of people, Kamala's young. She could come back in
If
4
you're
years.
fit for the job,
Just do better.
Yeah.
Just do better next
You got to
time.
be fit for the job.
That's
Point
right.
blank.
Period.
your shoes by the door again.
Yeah,
You know,
See, we don't need that in the White House.
and the thing, it also goes as far as like this. It should never be by color. I don't care
Absolutely.
what color you are. If you do the job and you love America and you want to take care of America, that should never be anything.
I love how he talks into the camera.
Period.
I love it. He's right there.
Period. You know what I mean?
You're right.
I don't care. Just take care of America. We cannot look weak. And we've been looking weak for a while. You know, and I feel, you know, even bad for, you know, Joe. You know, some of the things that this poor guy, and he was left out there, and you could totally see him just.
He hasn't even showed up yet. Even after all this, he hasn't said one
His
word.
team has not done him
It's
any
like,
favors.
it's like
No,
Weekend
they're
at
no
Bernie's
stretch, man.
with
Those are
poor Joe right now.
And he got a hold of him. He called him. Invited him to the White House. I can imagine what that conversation.
He ended up at Chuck E. Cheese.
I think he's having coffee with Bernie Sanders.
But you know what I mean. You know,
Sleepy Joe.
Hey, you want to go for some challah bread?
He's still a person.
Hey,
It's you know. So you know, things got to get better.
God damn it. We said this was a 10-minute segment,
I
and we're
know, I
just
know.
running. We're like CNN and Fox News. We're all over the board here. This is great. All good points,
What
though,
else you
man.
got?
That's it.
Anything? Okay. All right, good stuff.
I got one thing here, guys. This is news related. I'm going to take it away from the politics here. Iconic record producer, songwriter, composer, arranger, and film and television producer Quincy Jones, 91 years old, passed away. This is a multi-talented music titan who's got a legacy of ranged, time
Michael
spent with
Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Here's just some of the names. Of course, MJ, Sinatra, Aretha Franklin, Dizzy Gillespie, Little Richard, Donna Summer, Ray Charles. A lot of these are Hall of Fame iconic artists.
Absolutely.
Quincy Jones wrote the theme to Sanford and Son, man. That's like one of the I mean, that's like a jingle that stays in your head, right?
Great man. Great man.
This guy produced the Wiz and all these different, he was involved in so much stuff.
Iconic, man.
Over his 7-decade-long
How old was he?
career-
91?
91 years
Wow.
old.
Good life.
Good for him.
Over his 7-decade-long career, he received numerous accolades, including 28 Grammys, a Primetime Emmy Award, a Tony Award, and a bunch of other awards. This guy was something. Jones, he came from Chicago. He was a gang member. Mm-hmm. He got his life turned around. He went and got some schooling and so forth, and become one of the first black executives to thrive in Hollywood. You think about Jay-Z, all these big names, Dr. Dre. They ain't the originators. That dude right there, that's the originator.
He opened up
that's an
that door for
OG.
him.
That's the
In a league of
OG
his
right
own.
there, man.
In a
So
league of his own.
R.I.P. to this guy. You know, the We Are the World from 1985 when they brought everybody together and all that. We Are the World.
He won a Tony. Now they call it the Tone.
The Tone. They changed.
I
That
won a
guy's from
Tone, you know what I'm
Jersey.
saying?
So this guy directed and made all that
Yeah.
stuff up. He was an iconic figure in the
Absolutely,
music
man.
business, but a great man. And we lost a good man there. you know?
100%. He produced Thriller too.
Yes,
Michael
he did,
Jackson.
man. MJ stuff, man. All good shit.
Also worked with Frank Sinatra because I had that down too.
Yeah, my man. We
yeah.
thinking alike now, understand?
Other than that, so we got Jake Paul and Mike Tyson next Friday night,
Netflix?
free on Netflix.
Great, I'm going to sign up.
And Friday night's kind of weird, but you know, it's a big event, so we'll see what happens. So I gotta ask you guys, who do you got? They came out with the rules to the fight. I believe it's 8 2-minute rounds, knockouts.
Yeah.
You can knock out, which is great. Here's my take. First 3 rounds, if Mike can knock him out, he wins, right? If it goes long, I think Jake Paul actually has a shot. What's your take, Chi?
Iron Mike all the way.
No doubt in your mind.
4 rounds. I don't think I'll go past 4 rounds.
Jake
I'm
Paul's
with you though.
He's an animal.
He's still in such good shape.
Oh
too.
my God! And he's what? He's 57. And Jake Paul's 27,
Believe so.
something like that. 56, 26. I think it's 57, 27.
Eric, can you look that up for us? Jake Paul and Mike.
We didn't wake you up,
Tyson's
did
age?
we? You fucking air.
get off a red tube.
Get off that pawn.
My guy. That's my guy right there, man.
Yo, easy.
BlueBalls.com.
Yo, easy.
I got to go with Iron Mike. There's, he's just, man, when he gets in that ring, he
That
can't.
flip
I mean,
switches.
yeah, he flips that switch and it's on.
Did he
It's on.
bulk up? I seen these pictures of him recently. I don't know if that was Photoshop, but he looked
You
like
ever
he got,
have you ever seen him train lately? Man,
does he still have the speed?
like Sal, man.
Oh, yeah.
See, the thing with Mike is what Mike you're getting. You know what I mean? And the thing that benefits Mike is the 2-minute rounds. 3 minutes, I think it may swing to Paul's
Okay.
way because he's younger, youth. Okay, but I like the 4 rounds, maybe a little bit sooner if he catches him with an overhand right, power right. It's I think that 2 minutes benefits Mike. You know what I'm saying?
Now, Jake Paul, has he ever fought somebody to that caliber?
He's never
No,
boxed.
but you're talking Mike Tyson, 57.
Yeah.
You're talking, you could be the greatest boxer in the world. And as you get older, your body's been through a lot of wars, even though he's won a lot of the wars.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, it's still, your body tends to break down. Things
How's
change.
his back?
Oh, it's okay. It's broken. My back is broken. Spinal. But watching him, that's why I think he would take him out early because he don't want to overexert himself and get carried out. And then that's when the youth comes.
So he'll probably come out in a flurry.
I don't think that Paul could handle the barrage that he could put on him.
Jake Paul is 9-1.
Yeah. But he's fought like former NFL this and that.
But
Yeah.
guys, I don't know enough about. I know
He fought-
Tyson.
I heard Jake Paul's gonna fight Gumpzilla
That's true.
like 2 days before the fight. I don't know. I don't know.
Damn you, Gumpzilla.
Is Jake Paul? I mean, what he does isn't necessarily boxing, right? So is he coming into?
He trains for boxing stuff, but it's you're dealing with a megastar, a former guy. You never lose it. He's got that mentality. Now, whether Mike carries that, and I think he's different now. We all see he's not the same person he once was.
Sure.
But if he has a little bit of that left in him,
Yeah.
he will take it on in Paul.
It's like I'm
Okay.
high on mushrooms. I microdose. I'm high
So
off life.
when Mike Tyson fought, his competition was a lot better than Jake
Oh, no doubt
Paul's.
about it. But he was filled with piss and vinegar. He was filled with hate.
Well, in Hollywood, you could attest to this, right? So even though a 30-year difference, no matter how long he's been away from the ring, that never leaves you, right? You're battle tested. You've been in these fights. So
Yes. You still, know how to throw your punches. Especially, I wouldn't care. It may look bad to you, but to the other person, they're like, wow, now I'm kind of rusty.
Yeah.
You guys you throw better than me. And as a fighter, like for me, it would probably take me to really get back on par again.
Par.
Probably a good 3 months,
Okay.
6 hours a day and everything to be real sharp again. But I'm not going to do it like when I was in my 20s. I'm not going to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? I may be sore. I mean, a couple days my body's sore. I'm doing different things because that youth is gone. You know what I mean?
Motherfucker, you knocked that guy out with one punch. That dude that came in the backyard.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
felt good about that.
his Crocs gym is his backyard behind the garage. Yeah, I got everything set up over here, man.
But I like what Chief said. I like the 4 rounds. I think it could happen before
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say Tyson in 3. I'm going with my gut, man.
Yeah. Knockout. or
B, who
stop
you
it.
got, man?
Well, because I know a little bit more about Mike Tyson, I still think he's a bad mofo.
Oh, yeah.
I think that dude connects with one of those crazy right hands, and he's so on the inside where he just comes in real quick like
Yeah.
that, he might crack that dude's jaw.
Yeah, and Mike Tyson can take a punch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, this dude's crazy.
You see how he
man.
was doing with Roy Jones?
He's fucking
like you
nuts.
could've really
Guy's
lit him up.
fucking
Come
He was
nuts.
playing with him.
Yeah.
I mean, he was playing with him.
yeah.
Scuba Steve says we all should take some gummies.
Hey,
He's weighing in on this whole
Scuba.
debate.
What
Thanks,
up,
Scoob.
Scoob?
Scooby Steve,
Scooby-Doo.
Amy Tatham's out there. We need to get more people on here.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
How about you, Philly? Who'd you take?
I got Tyson in 3 rounds.
Tyson in 3.
I thought you said Minshew.
Minshew.
All right, so B, you ready for some presidential trivia?
Yeah, man. Let's do this thing. I really worked hard for these. These are some good ones, too, guys. All right, because it is that we're still talking politics. Wow, do I hear a little background music there?
Little background
That's
music.
freaking sweet, man. All right, so Trump gets 2 terms, but not in a row. Who was the only president prior to Donald Trump to serve non-consecutive terms? I'm going to give you 3 answers, and I'll go to each of you guys. Just remember these. The first one's Andrew Johnson, Theodore Roosevelt, or Grover Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland.
Hollywood? You want me to repeat the question?
Theodore.
He says Theodore.
Cheech looked pretty adamant with his hand raised, even though we all got a turn at it. So
As soon as he's seen the
I'm gonna go
itinerary,
Grover
he started
Cleveland.
Googling questions. I know Cheech. Who you taking?
Cleveland.
Are you looking at him with the wink, or it is Grover Cleveland, by the way? So Grover Cleveland was the only other president that would serve his presidential duties in 2 different terms and rotating years
And
or
what
whatever.
year was that?
Hollywood, don't go that deep in the weeds, man. I didn't get all that shit. I went the easy stuff here tonight. But
How many more
to
people
answer your
have been
que-
named fucking Grover since
Right,
then?
listen, I know
I
a
don't
dog
know.
named Grover, but God forbid your kid comes to school. Hey, what's your name, young man? Grover.
I just remember Abe
name's
Lincoln
Grover.
in Washington.
That's it, man. All right, guys. Good answer, Cheech. You did your homework. Which president was a classically trained pianist? This president was classically trained to play piano.
I know.
Twinkle of the Keys. Wait, I'm going to give you guys 3 choices. The first one is Abraham Lincoln, John F. Kennedy, or Bill Clinton. I did not have sex with that woman.
Did you say pianist or penis?
Pianist. He's a pianist.
I'm gonna say Kennedy.
You're going to say JFK, are you?
What are the other choices?
You had Kennedy, you got Abraham Lincoln, and the great Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton.
Hollywood.
Abraham Lincoln.
Hollywood, you are correct. It is Abraham Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln. Nice.
Good call there, Hollywood.
Was he playing the piano when they shot him at the theater?
Oh, wait a minute. I just had a pickled moment. I gave you guys a question, but the wrong people. Oh, hell. Fuck. I did this again. Wait a minute. Which president
That's
was...
awesome.
Listen, man. You knew this was going to happen. It's been 2 weeks, guys. Which president was
Been
classically
1
trained?
week. You did it.
Okay, here it is. Richard Nixon, Bill Clinton, or Abe Lincoln?
I'll never tell a lie.
Abe Lincoln.
Okay, go ahead. I screwed that up. No, come on. Who you got,
Give us
Hollywood?
the answer, jackass.
No, it's not, because the right answer is not what I told you it was. That was for the other guy. Damn it. Fuck. Anyways, it was Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon was classically trained piano player.
I'll never
Damn
tell a
it.
lie.
I screwed that shit up. Can we
next one.
can we edit this?
Go ahead.
We're
Go ahead.
live. There's no
another
editing.
one. You live.
All right, I'll give you guys a better one. I'm going to make sure I'm on task here. Which president was a licensed bartender?
Bear.
A. Abraham Lincoln. B. John F. Kennedy. C. Bill Clinton.
Bill Clinton, no doubt.
That's what I thought.
JFK.
JFK.
Abraham Lincoln. You guys didn't get I gave you the answer. You big dummy. See, it was Abe Lincoln. Could you imagine? Oh, Abe, man. He was pouring
Abe.
some freaking,
You'd have made a great teacher.
I'm telling you, man, not even in freaking kindergarten, dude. Not a bet. Which president had a pet alligator?
Interesting. What are our options?
A. Jimmy Carter. B. Harry Truman.
He's going to give us the same three.
C. Quincy Adams.
Let's say Gumpzilla.
Is Gump on tonight?
He's on. I just seen him
That
talking
fucking
shit on
guy. I
that.
like him so much. I'm Donald Trump. Okay, I'll read your shit in a minute, Gump. Okay, so guys, who was the first? Who had the fucking pet alligator here? Jimmy Carter, Truman, Quincy Adams.
Truman.
I'm going to go with Adams.
You say Roman? I'm gonna say Truman.
Cheat, you are correct. It was John Quincy Adams.
You know Jimmy Carter is still living?
Yes.
He's been in hospice
He's
for like
100.
a whole fucking year.
This guy is
He's
defying
100.
the odds.
He can't even close his mouth.
What?
I'm telling you, that's
sad.
He's 100, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking 100 years old.
All right.
Eat more peanuts. That's all I got to say. Eat more peanuts.
The last presidential trivia, and I do apologize for messing up that last one, guys. Who was the first president to participate in a televised debate? A. Dwight D. Eisenhower. B. John F. Kennedy. C. Harry Truman. First president to go on TV and be on a debate.
John F. Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy.
I'll say Kennedy too.
You guys are all correct. It's John F. Kennedy.
It's Truman. They probably didn't
Yes,
have TVs then. They might not have had TVs
Yeah.
for Truman.
Yeah. And that's all I had for your
Truman.
trivia.
Yeah, it was good stuff, man. I like
Sorry, I screwed up one that was my fault.
it. We're due for one tonight, right? It's all good.
That's
Gee,
it.
you ready for the Did You Know?
Did you know?
1 hour later.
You like that drop, don't you? You
know, we
dig
haven't
deep, there's
used
a
that
bunch
in a
of them.
Yeah, so I did it. I did it for Harris too because I wasn't sure, but
Hairless.
he didn't make it. Okay,
I heard
Did you
Gumpzilla likes
know-
them hairless.
Donald Trump is the wealthiest president in U.S. history, ahead of John F. Kennedy. As of 2017, Trump's net worth was $3.5 billion, according to Forbes magazine.
Billion, not million. That's
Billion with
actual.
Or is he like, that's all lies? It's more than that. It's lies.
And his sport that he played, that he really loved and thought he was really good at it, was baseball.
Trump.
He actually played first base, and he wrote that being a pro was in the equation until he attended a tryout with another kid named Willie McGovey.
Was he a lefty?
Doesn't say there.
I think he
Says apparently the sight of a former Hall of Famer in action convinced him to give up baseball for good. Says, I was supposed to be a professional baseball player. Fortunately, I decided to go into real estate instead, and I think it's worked out pretty good for me.
Hey,
He's a
hell
Mongol.
of a golfer, though.
Oh, yeah.
a Mongol.
Yes.
A Mongol of a golfer.
Sammy T is watching us.
Hey, Sammy.
What
Big
up,
Sam.
What's up,
Great
Big
guy.
T?
This guy can do great bathroom work. He's fantastic.
Sammy the Bull?
We love him.
Great guy.
Speaking of golf, what do you think his best round of golf is?
If I had the drop board, I'd
It's
say,
Donald
who
Trump.
gives a fuck? Sorry.
Donald
What's
Trump.
par?
Par is 72 on a normal course.
Yeah, but every
Like,
course is different, right?
well, we're talking 6,500
63.
yards to 7,500 yards.
63.
Say,
I'm going to say 64.
say 65.
He's the closest. 66
Look at that,
is
bros.
the best round ever.
I have many
He
friends.
says, I've
Many,
shot
many
numerous
friends.
times.
All of my friends, so many. Steve, I see over here. Marco Rubio is a very, very good friend of mine. Tom Brady's a friend of mine. My friend Elton John.
George Steinbrenner was a good friend of mine.
Howard Stern was a friend of mine. We've been friends for a long time.
Sorry, Cheech has a longer
Cheech is a
drop.
friend of mine.
I like it, though.
He's
Good
a friend of
timing.
mine.
Says in 1989, Trump teamed with Milton Bradley Company to release a board game called Trump the Game, which shared some similarities with the popular real estate board game Monopoly. The Trump-branded game saw disappointing sales and was soon retired, though it was re-released 15 years later after Trump had found increased fame as the star of the reality TV show The Apprentice.
Nice.
I love that show, by the way.
That was
That was a cool show.
You're fired.
Did you guys hear him on Rogan? That I sent you?
I listened to that
Yeah.
3-hour podcast. It was raw. It was great.
How many
I loved
times
it.
when he was talking about his
It was a great show. We were doing very well.
We had the greatest ratings.
Yeah.
NBC loved me. They loved me. Had the greatest ratings ever.
So now Rogan offered that same interview to Kamala.
Yeah,
Right,
sure.
I heard about that.
When she was in Texas. And she turned it down because she wanted him to go to New York. You can only ask me this question. It's only going to be for 1 hour, if not less. And he's like, I just want to get you here and talk to you.
That's
I don't-
right.
He goes, I don't even know what. He goes, I just want to hear you talk and
As a
just
normal,
like normal
person.
conversation.
Yes. Cheech.
And they struggled with it because they thought he was trying to trap her. And it's just like,
Oh, if you
know,
ever listen to Rogan, like his show's all about long form conversation. There's literally no bells and whistles, but it's like you get so much out of his interviews. It's great. It's really
oh yeah, he's really
he is
good.
excellent.
He's got a lot of viewers, man. A lot of viewers.
yeah, it's top podcast in the world, man.
He's so chill.
So
I mean,
if
he's
you had to
good.
pick a fast food restaurant that Donald Trump liked, there's 3 here.
I already know.
What would you go?
Me too.
Mickey D's, man.
Mickey D's is number 1. Burger King is number 2,
I love my chicken.
and KFC.
Yes, I do.
baby.
Original
KFC.
recipe. I do not like the extra crispy.
He likes fast food from safety perspective. He says 1 bad hamburger, you can destroy McDonald's. And he said he was never crazy about Wendy's because it just didn't match the other.
You know, I didn't like the square burgers.
That's true. I've seen that. I've watched that.
I've watched.
But Wendy's got a good burger, man. They actually
Yeah.
use fresh
It
meat.
ain't like it used to be though.
The mate.
I know it's
And then
not the same, man.
I saw this meme today. Here he is at the drive-through.
Yeah, handing out
Would
the
you like
fries.
some fries with these
Yeah.
tears?
Tears. That's good stuff, Cheech.
Yeah, hey, that's stuff I didn't even know. So
Yeah.
excellent job. All right, boys, y'all ready for the 5s of the week?
For show. Let's go.
And now, our feature presentation.
All right, boys, so episode 149, we are talking road trip jams. So think about when you're taking that road trip up north to a game, on vacation, wherever you're going, what are some jams that you just love to play? Cheech, we'll start down there with you, Briz.
Well, unlike all the rap and all the dance type music, I love that whole grunge and Pearl Jam. Elderly Woman Behind the Bar. That's one of my favorite songs, man.
Nice.
I play it every day.
You like
Every,
the elderly woman?
I love it.
Is there a hidden message in that song for you? You like elderly
No.
women at a bar? Che.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm wearing my teeth for you today, handsome.
You want the dentures or not, Cheech?
Tell you what,
Put them in my drink, honey. Put them in my drink. Put them in my
give
whiskey
me a
and
Shirley
water.
Temple over there, honey.
I've already
Want to go
drunk it,
dance?
Cheech. You're very bad.
a quite a tasteful.
Pearl Jam.
Are you
Anything
hard?
by Pearl Jam, but that's one of my good. That's one of my
good one, man.
one of my favorites.
Very nice.
Very good.
Pearl.
I got onto Pearl Jam late, but I dig the band.
Yeah.
Very good.
Good. Hollywood Apple Snatch.
Ooh, this may blow me minds.
Blow your minds.
I'm gonna say "Ramblin' Gamblin' Man" by Bob Seger.
Oh.
I like that.
I love that song and just how it comes out and through the whole thing. It just takes me back and you're just driving and just nothing but good feeling, man.
Bob Seger is great.
And Easy agrees with that, don't you, Easy? Thank you, Easy. Appreciate it.
Easy is
You know
more
what
of a
else is one
kids
of his
bop
really
kind of
great
guy.
song? Turn the Page.
Oh God.
Bob
yeah.
Seger, Turn the Page.
Yes.
Yes.
I hear that song and I just want to pull under a viaduct. Just think. Because it's a deep song.
Is that,
Alto reed sax in the
is that-
beginning.
is that why you're late all the time?
Yeah, man, I got a habit with pulling
That's
under
true. I've seen
viaducts
that.
and
I've
listening to
watched that.
Seeger. Turn the
watched it.
page.
I've
It's
watched
got
it.
one of the most iconic openings of a song. You know it as soon as you hear it, man.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Did you
Bob
like
Seger.
the Metallica version of it?
Yeah, it was a little bit more ramped
It was
up.
a little bit more.
I like how
a little bit more heavy, but the
Yeah,
Bob, but
yeah.
the Bob Seger ones.
The best.
dude, it's kind of
Can't
like
beat that.
doing a remake of Willy Wonka. It sounds cool, and it showed okay, but it's not the original.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You will not get nothing, Charlie Bucket.
run, Charlie, run straight home.
I want to Oompa Loompa now, Daddy.
What about TV Mike? There's something to say about that guy. Yeah, that guy was a little fucking pistol. He's always in trouble. Old TV Mike, and Veruca got the one that turned into the blueberry.
Baruka, yeah.
Veruca, yeah.
Baruka Salt.
Veruca
There's a-
Salt.
there's
And
a
go
band.
ahead, Cheech. There's some music trivia.
I want it now.
There's a band called Baruka Salt.
I want it now.
God, man, that movie just brings me back.
That fucking grandpa was so lazy, though, man. He was in bed every fucking day until they got that golden ticket. Now the guy's got some energy.
Did you see
Get a
that?
job, old
that
man.
guy
How
jumped.
dare
He
you.
sprung
How
out of
dare
bed.
you.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
What's yours?
Lazy fucker.
So I don't know what it is about a road trip and hearing a classic song like Hotel California.
What's good
Yeah,
about it?
nice. That's a good one.
That's your
I
favorite
love that
band,
song.
too, isn't it? The Eagles.
I would say one of.
Yeah.
I love a lot of music. It's definitely one of my top
Yeah.
fives. But there's something about that song.
There's a story to it.
There's something about it. Transitions you to all the words that are saying they're relatable. Just the. Being in this spooky hotel where they had traditions of wine and they haven't done that since 1969, and you're listening to the words and the riffs and the guitars start coming in, the beats all good. It's a cool song.
Easy remembers that Hotel California.
You like that Hotel California, do you, Easy? Great stuff, great song.
Dude, I love the Eagles, man. For a younger guy, I love it.
I'm going to blow your mind, Fillie. But I got to just throw this in there because shout out to my daughter, Allie. She stopped in today. She just started a new job at Rocket Mortgage, man. The kid's working downtown over at the Campus Martius building. She showed me a picture today out of she's at the top of the tower, and she's
Ringing
like,
the
Dad,
tree.
this is my view from my office. And it's like this beautiful picture of downtown Detroit with the sun coming up behind it. It was very cool. I asked her this question. She gave me I'm going to use a couple of these. She actually said Hotel California.
Wow.
And I looked at her, I'm like, you're like 28 years old. Like, that shit is older than you. She's like, Dad, she goes, look at my song list. And it was all the shit that she remembered me playing that she likes. Bryan Adams, Def Leppard.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you kidding me? It blew me away, man.
That's
I think it's cool.
Shout out to you, Allie.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to go with AC/DC Hell's Bells. When I hop in the car,
Good one.
and that long intro just gets me going, man.
You ever see them live?
No, I wish I had.
I seen them at Ford Field. Man.
Dude, I lost my hearing for 3 days.
banging?
Oh, it was good.
Very loud.
Excellent.
Their sound system.
Yeah, just get you excited for the trip, Some
Do you
good
ever
old
see
rock and
those?
roll.
There's like those little videos they show Angus Young and he's walking with his bodyguard.
Angus Young.
He dresses
Dude's
like
about
the
this
schoolboy.
tall. Dude's about this
I know.
fucking tall, man. He's just. That's a great band. Every one of their songs rocks.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Some of those albums you can just play front to back. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Not even have to skip a song.
I know.
No B-sides. Just keep it all going. That's one thing we should do at a podcast one night, Fillie, is 5 songs that have meanings that you didn't know about. Like Whole Lot of Rosie by AC/DC. What's that song about? It's about pounding your pud.
Yeah, a whole lot of
Right? And so, I mean, if you listen to the lyrics, you would like, Whole Lot of Rosie. And you're like, oh my gosh, what is this guy talking about? Ex-girlfriend? You realize... he's
How
getting
big
Luke
is
from
this
Diddy.
bitch?
Yeah, I mean, but
I
there's
got
a
a whole
lot
lot
of
of Rosie.
songs that got hitting meanings to them, and people don't understand it. Like, it's wild.
Yeah. All right, Cheech, back to you.
Good topic, by the way.
Appreciate it.
We got to go with Led Zeppelin.
Nice. I had the
How
Zap.
many more times? Doom, doom, da, doom, 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 doom. That song's about 8 minutes long, and
Very good.
there's just so many highs and lows, and then oh man,
You could just literally do a doobie and drink and get a little buzzed before the end of it.
yeah.
Or Scuba Steve and Papa Gummy.
Yeah.
Hey,
Zeppelin was a shit, man.
Yeah.
Zeppelin, that's a very good one, man.
How do I talk to these people? Hit live chat? I mean, how do I reply to these people? Can I do that?
Reply on the bottom.
So if I go like this and just put like,
So how
like
were
an
you
emoji
feeling, Cheech, when you were and that Zeppelin came on?
and go like that, now what? How do I
Just
send it?
Playing drums. Playing drums.
Fucked up.
I don't know.
That's awesome.
Playing drums, playing air guitar as you're driving, and like you just get into every part of it.
Zeppelin's cool. That's a good one.
Very good.
I got my second one is Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Good tune.
I always liked that song. That song takes me to many different places, many different people, and it just always picks me up. I love that song. You know what I mean?
And everywhere that you're at, when they play it,
oh, it's crazy.
it picks up the whole mood.
Yes,
So
yes.
everybody is
Yes. Now they got it at games. Now they're doing it at games.
Certain songs just have like an aura about them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're just epic. They're timeless, all those things, and that's definitely one of them.
Absolutely.
I like that. GMB, back to you.
Yes, sir. So on my next one, I ended up going with Frank Sinatra. If it's a road trip, and there's something about Frank Sinatra and his soothing voice. You know, he's a crooner. If you know, he's just smooth, man. It's like Tony Bennett. And it could be sometimes I'll skip all over the place, but he's got such a huge catalog of songs.
Fly me to the moon.
There it is, man.
I mean, that's just
calms me
just
down,
clicks, man.
And I'll tell you why I like it, because when I was a kid, I think it was 104 WOMC on Sundays at 10 a.m. after church. 10 a.m. they'd have the Frank Sinatra. They would play 2 hours. I think it was from 10 to noon, and it'd be all Frank Sinatra, just kind of like Pillow Talk was back in WNIC back in the day.
Pillow Talk.
Yeah, I mean, talk about getting bricked, right? And I remember my dad was playing Frank Sinatra.
Dr. Ruth Westheimer?
Yeah, it seemed so dated to me even then.
Yeah.
But then just like I just told you about my daughter, you kind of grow into something if you hear it as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if your dad was spinning Led Zeppelin albums, your dad was playing James Brown, or you're playing doo-wop music, you kind of grow into that.
Yeah.
There you go. And you kind of grow into it. So it's not always my first go-to for Frank, but if I'm just tired of hearing like a bunch of bullshit, I'll throw on some Frank, man, a little Tony Bennett. I'm good with that. It's kind of like chills me out a little bit.
Nice.
One thing I do every year when I'm decorating the house, I play Frank Sinatra's Christmas album.
Very nice.
Very good.
And it's awesome.
It's great.
I love it, man.
That or
love
the
it.
Mariah Carey. The Mariah
Oh,
Carey one is
God.
also a good one, too.
I cannot handle that.
But Elvis.
You do hear it all the time, though.
Yes,
It's only,
yes,
Only
yes.
drawback, but it's a good song if you don't hear it.
But there's so many, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a good time.
What about Silent Night by the Temptations? That's a bad one,
So
man.
many good ones out there.
It's a good tune.
My next one, man, is Milli Vanilli, Blame It on the Rain.
Damn right, man. Somebody finally
just kidding.
stepping
I'm
up,
just
man.
kidding.
Dude,
I'm just
come
Could you
on.
literally
Come
sing
on.
that for us?
This guy over here doing this fucking Milli Vanilli guy.
It's the rim shot.
How sweet was that? Until
Someone pull the
everyone
plug,
found out,
Dad.
man.
Like a Rod Stewart, Don't You Think I'm Sexy?
That's my man right there.
No,
I like George Wassouf.
but dude, I'll go back and play those songs, but not like, it's not my top five.
Come on, bust out your playlist on Spotify, man.
Number 4 is Jason Aldean. It's a country song.
There you go.
Burning It Down. Kind of reminds you riding with your chick, going somewhere, getting ready to burn it down. You know what I'm saying?
Or going down, one of the two. No, I'm saying. No, I'm saying.
Both.
Just keep that on the reps, Tony.
Go down before you burn it down. You know what I'm saying?
I heard you was
Warm
giving
that
Tony a
motherfucker
BJ.
up.
That's the word on the street. He was given a BJ.
I like that, Phil. You brought in some country. I didn't even have that anywhere on my list, but
No.
that's Aldean's great.
That ain't
really
on my
good.
list.
That's one of my favorites.
Dig it.
Not a country fan, man.
That's okay.
I like a couple of them, but
Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton's good.
Man, he's the man.
Hollywood's catching on as you grow.
Yeah, I
up.
did.
Oh, yeah.
Different ones, man. Chris,
Yeah.
that guy. When
No,
he did
I'll
that
hear
guy-
some and be like, yeah, that's not bad.
You like Johnny Cash.
Oh, I love.
He's an originator of country.
Love Johnny
man.
Cash.
Some of that's just too twangy for me. though.
Yeah.
And I get what you're saying. Some country can sound repetitive. It's the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing, you know. But give it a shot, man. You know, Morgan Wallen, Jason Aldean, Chris
Yeah, like the
Stapleton's
newer
great.
ones are good.
Yeah.
Morgan Wallen's not bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Johnny Cash.
Even Shania Twain.
Shania's hot. Carrie Underwood. I mean, she's kind of pop country.
Oh, that's my baby,
But
Carrie
there's a lot of country music
Yeah.
that's kind of crossed over
Kelly
different
Clarkson.
genres. Kelly
She's got
Clarkson.
some
She's
stuff.
really
Y'all
good.
got that Willie Nelson there.
Florida Georgia line there.
Who's up here, Philly?
All right, G.
David Bowie, Gene Genie.
Never had.
God, I want to just,
David
I want to just start playing songs right now, but I can't.
Yeah.
You know me, I'll blow this thing off
David
YouTube
Bowie,
in 10 seconds.
In my opinion, he was underrated.
Absolutely.
That dude
Ziggy
had,
Stardust.
yeah. And what did he play?
Ground control to Major Tom. I remember watching that video on MTV and it spooked me out,
Yeah,
man. 'cause
strange dude. He had two different color eyes.
Sitting
He had a brown eye and a
on the
green
blame.
eye.
Right.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And he
Remember
was
that, Hollywood?
he was just a weird dude, but
They say he wasn't
was
alone.
good. Huh?
They said he wasn't alone. Him and Mick Jagger.
David Bowie was very good at what he did. He kind of did all that crazy 70s stuff with the makeup and
But then he changed in the 80s.
yeah. China
Let's
Girl.
Dance, China Girl, all
My
that kind of stuff.
little China Girl.
Yeah.
It was just always had like a good beat
It's
to
always
it.
like his albums were, he liked them. He didn't make them for the masses.
He was the unsung
Here's
hero.
what I put together. If you don't like it, whatever.
Kind of like Blondie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That song hit it.
Gump
Heart of
those
Glass.
figures. Philly would be in the Milli Vanilli. I don't think he got the other part of what you said. I was just joking.
He's an idiot.
He's just firing shit off left and right.
That Gumpzilla.
Gumpzilla.
You're wetting the pants, boy.
What's up, man?
Yeah.
Well,
David
just
Bowie.
Like country for you. Like when you brought up David Bowie, I'm just like,
I don't know what he's talking about.
You're like, there's an unrelatable who, what? Who's David Bowie? That's great. Hollywood, what you got, man?
You know, I always liked this song when I seen the movie Mystic River. That is a good tune.
yeah.
Well, I'm not familiar with this one.
You've never heard that one?
Mystic River.
Oh, yeah. Take me to the Mystic. Did, did, dee, 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 dee. Pull it up. You'll love it.
We would
Watch the
love
movie.
to.
Watch the movie.
What's good about it?
We're trying to grow here. I need to.
Watch the movie.
You know what, Hollywood? I'm going to put that in my
Who
Spotify.
sings
I'll
that?
listen
Is
to
that the guy that sings Moon Dance?
Van Morrison.
Oh,
Van
Van
Morrison.
Morrison. No,
Van
Van
Morrison.
Morrison's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How'd you not know?
Well, it's a marvelous night.
Yeah.
Fine guy. Yeah, that is a good song.
He did the Zach Brown band did a song, a spin-off of one of Van Morrison's songs. Van
Watch that
Morrison's
movie.
got
It's on
Mystic River, Hollywood.
Mystic River, yes.
Shame I don't know that.
Van Morrison.
So for my next one, I kind of categorize this as a classic rock era. So when I'm thinking about just one, I can't say just Ozzy, I can't just say Zeppelin, but there's other bands I want to mix in with this category. And I'm going to say just classic 70s rock. Not 80s, because that's where the big hair bands came around. We're talking like Aerosmith, Ozzy, Hagar, Zeppelin, Bad Company, the classic rock bands, Thin Lizzy, right? I mean, these are bands that half the people are going to listen to the show. But who the hell are these people? Yeah, what David Lee Roth before Van Hagar. There's a lot of great bands that were in the 70s that produced some powerful jams. So I can go on that. That's a road trip. Just theme all out, man. 70s rock bands, and it'll go. Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Love Boston. Styx.
Said Boston.
REO Speedwagon.
From Boston.
Yeah, those kind of guys.
Got all that on 8-track, man.
I'm telling you, that's how old I am, bro. I got a few at the house.
Bring a book of matches and that thing starts
Did you
to
have
drag.
the Boston 8-track? I did.
Oh, yeah.
What do you mean the Boston 8-track?
I had 8-track Boston.
That was the brand Boston?
No, that's the band.
The band.
Oh, the band. Did you guys know that?
I just said that.
Wait a minute. I'm lost, man. Look, I fucked up the presidential trivia. You knew I was going to get on something else. So, do you guys know this about the Boston
Oh, so your
logo?
trip to Boston? Is that what you're talking about?
Take it easy.
Mom, can I get a Coke?
All right, on the Boston logo, you know the logo. Boston's got the
Yeah.
logo. What is this? Is that a spaceship? What is that?
I think it is a spaceship.
I think you're wrong because guess what? I was educated on this, and I'm going to show it to you guys in a minute. It's a fucking guitar. Guys, I'm going to pull it up. I'm going to go off Facebook, and I'm going to show this
Dressed
to
up
you.
like a spaceship for Halloween.
It's the Boston rock band logo, and I'm going to show this to you guys. No one here is going to understand. Philly, you can move. I don't want to interrupt him. Boston.
We don't understand
band.
or do we
We're on your
care.
time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We don't
Boston
understand
rock
or
band.
care.
Okay.
So, but go. Continue.
No. Okay, so I want you to look at that. Now study this thing. There's the neck of the guitar, right here.
I
You
don't
see
think
it?
anybody looked into it like that. They did.
Well,
it
that's-
looks like a freaking mushroom you're high.
It is. It's a portobello. But the Boston logo is an actual guitar.
Let me see it.
Nice.
Really?
I got that 8-track.
It's upside down.
It's
You see the
spaceship.
neck of the guitar up here.
Yeah.
Those are guitars.
Okay.
And you could Google it. It's real. I thought it was a spaceship too. Just
That get you lumped in your pants?
I got a little hard when I heard about it.
I got to go with Nothing But a G Thing, Snoop and Dr. Dre.
Why not?
Okay.
Why
It's a
not?
great cruising song.
Yeah.
It takes me back. I love that West Coast hip hop. So anywhere I go, got to play it, man.
It's
Nothing
It's
classic.
solid, classic hip hop. Can't beat it, man.
Very nice. Very nice. Good one.
No
I like
doubt.
that.
So, as you're driving and you get a little tired, maybe pull over, get a McDonald's Coke because they got the best Coke.
They
ever.
do.
Then you need a song that's going to pump you up, that's going to keep you going,
Yeah.
right?
What are you thinking?
Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, yeah.
Killing in the name of.
The short shot.
Killing in the name of. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Oh, my God.
They were angry when they wrote that song.
Zach De La Rocca, man, he's the lead singer.
Ain't that the shit? Was
Yeah.
it that Woodstock when he played in that?
Yeah.
That the new one they come out with the new Woodstock. He come out. It was nuts. He
Yeah.
bought me in right then and there.
Yep.
My sister Amy says Bee Gees.
Oh yeah, she knows about them Bee Gees. You never thought in the falling rain.
Bee Gees had great harmonies.
Yes,
you can't
they
deny
did.
that.
Yeah.
They were
Yes,
fantastic.
they did. They were good.
More Than a Woman.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
No matter woman.
Hollywood, what you got, man?
I'm gonna go with the Guess Who.
Really?
American Woman.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Yes.
Yeah.
Love that.
American
man.
Woman.
Yeah.
Who redid that? Lenny Kravitz.
Yes,
Lenny
Kravitz.
did.
Yeah.
And he did a good job.
He
on it.
did.
Absolute good job.
Yeah.
But that's a bad jam.
The crab
Going
shoots.
down Jefferson in a convertible, girl in hand.
Drop top.
Yes, very drop top. And she drops too.
Then on the way home, I pulled behind Continental Lanes. And
the car starts
got
to
so
fire.
got so hot in the back seat, the fucking tires melted.
It was so hot. The
I was
birds were
running- I
getting
was running
hernias,
from the
picking the
cops.
worms up off the sidewalk.
I was running from the cops with my bowling shoes on. They're like, "Hey, you, size 12." I didn't listen to them.
He's got big hands.
Very large.
She's like, is that a stick shift? You just happy to see me?
I'll make mine short and sweet. I went hip hop. I went classic hip hop, and maybe go one step further. I'll go back to DMC days, Houdini. You know, go back to those kind of cats, man, like the originators
Gotta pick a
of funk.
song, man.
Man, it could just. I mean,
Freaks come out at night.
you know, Beastie Boys,
Freaks come
man. No Sleep Till Brooklyn.
Oh,
You
yeah.
Oh,
know,
yeah, that
come
was
on,
awesome.
man. You get the opening of that, or
Every high
Brass
school party.
Monkey. You get the
Yeah.
Brass
They busted
Monkey
out with
shit,
that.
man.
Okay.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Here's a little story I got to tell about 3 bad brothers.
You know so well. Mike D. Yeah, I know Sammy likes them fucking beasties, man. So I'm thinking
Sam
right
went
there
to
with
that
my nephew
concert
right there.
At the Fox.
Yeah.
We've seen the Beasties.
Fox Theater right now.
86.
Right there.
Right there.
Right now. Right
there,
now.
downtown,
You got
right
it right
there.
now at the Fox now. We got somebody
So
coming
I,
in here.
I almost put Bob Marley down because I could listen to that front to back. So that's a no-brainer. But I got to go Alice in Chains, Man in the Box.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude.
That's
Great
a
band.
jam, dude.
Fuck yeah.
That's on every playlist I have. Working out, cruising, poker playlist, all that. Love it.
Very nice.
That was
Dan.
90s grunge that I really like. STP, Jane's
Oh,
Addiction.
yeah.
STD?
No, these guys are great.
Yeah.
Stone
Those,
Temple Pilots. That's another.
Yes, very good.
Stone Temple Pilots are sweet, man.
Is this number 5?
Yeah, we're starting our round.
Damn, it's moving quick. We may have started late, but we rolling.
Jane's Addiction. Jane Says.
Oh,
What did she
yeah,
say,
that's a
by
good
the way?
one.
Jane Says. Just a great song. I've seen them probably
Yeah, nice.
4 or 5 different times. They were like opening
Bringing down the
acts, though.
house.
They were good.
Low
That's a good
energy.
That's a good song.
Eric, did you ever like any of the 90s grunge bands? We're kind of all in the same age group. Who was your favorite 90s band? Tony
Nirvana?
Orlando and Dawn?
Oh,
Nirvana. I thought he said
Could you
Tony
give us a
Orlando
song
and
in Nirvana
Dawn.
easy.
I'm like, okay. Nirvana was cool. Teen Spirit, right? That was it. Yeah. The janitor with the mop and all that.
Yeah, he changed it to "This smells like stale French fries."
Smells like stale French
They
fries.
showed everybody up in the stands at like a rally in a gym, and there was Hollywood underneath the fucking the seating, bringing some chicken underneath. They say, "I remember that when I filmed it, man. It was great."
I didn't have no cell phone.
Easy. Favorite Nirvana song? Gotta know. Yeah, smells like Teen Spirit. Yeah. Okay.
That was a good one, man.
Popular, man.
I
Yeah.
smell sexy.
I like that one too, Hollywood.
Understand.
That's a good one, man. Jane's Addiction. All right, who's up?
Snooch.
Snoop.
Snooch.
This is 5 already?
Yeah, this is my 5. God, I'm kind of torn in between.
Mine's pickleball.
I'm gonna say Aussie. Fucking wall pigs.
Did you see me?
Jane
Did you see me in the
Brown
Rock and Roll
in
Hall of
the
Fame? I'm in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Before I came here and I turned around the bow down there, he came on, and I stayed in that damn truck because War Pigs was on.
I heard it.
You
He's
hear it?
fucking banging it, waking up all my neighbors and shit.
Dude, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that song got there.
Yeah. I was with War Pigs.
Ever see him live?
War Pigs.
Yes, I went and seen him at Freedom Hill. Not Freedom Hill, DT.
DTE.
Oh, he was the best.
We've seen him at the Palace, and I mean, he was already decrepit, but he never moved, and they played all the old stuff. Oh man, it was so good.
I took my son there, and he was like, "Who's that,
Hollywood,
Dad?"
can you sing the first couple lines of that song? Because there's the words. Oh, you just lost me here. Hold on. I want to hear the beautiful vocals this man has.
Of War Pigs?
Yeah, War Pigs. There it is right there, Hollywood.
Generals gathered in their masses.
There you go. Can you see it right there? Hit it.
It says, "Generals gather in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds of plot destruction, saucers left against construction. Lord tell me."
There it is, right there.
Boom, boom, boom,
It's
boom, boom,
great.
boom.
Whoever was sleeping is up now.
Right. Look, that's great, Hollywood. Look, guess what?
Dogs are
YouTube
barking.
can't flag us for that one, right? So that might be a new segment. Sing these lyrics. It's a good one.
We'll be the first ones to get flagged for it.
Yeah, right. Thanks. That's why we switched board duties here for a while. So
That was my fault.
I'm on probation right now, man. That was it right there.
Yep.
So it was Ozzy. Good pick.
I
My
thought it was
next
because
one.
you were late.
I'm always late. My next one really doesn't have a song, but again, I'm going to go to an era. There was something about the 80s punk bands I liked, like Pet Shop Boys.
Depeche Mode.
You know, I got the whole track list. I mean, like
West End Girls. Wasn't that
West End Girls?
Yeah, that was a
The
good
Flock
tune.
of Seagulls.
NXS.
These are the bands that, like, you know, there's categories of people when you went to school in the 80s. You were either a hard rocker, you were a punk rocker, or you were just
Yeah.
a burnout and you listened to, like, the Beatles and Zeppelin all day. And then there was the, you know, Huey Lewis type people and the Fruity Tooty, you know, those kind of bands.
B-52s.
B-52 type. And then there was the punk rock.
The Bengals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they got
Like
into
the
this,
Ramones.
those kind of
Yep.
bands. And I wish I would have pulled my set list up because I actually got a set list for that. But there's so many different bands in the 80s that really didn't qualify to be 80s rock. They fell into their own category. And
Yeah,
there's songs like
Depeche Mode. and
Depeche Mode, Billy Idol. You know, they're
Yeah.
like White Wedding and Eyes Without a Face. One of my
Great
favorite
tune. Yeah,
songs. It's
good
got
tune.
a great
Song
flow
lost.
to
What was the last one?
it. Depeche Mode, Billy Idol. I mean, what else?
No, if you had to pick your top song.
No, I went with
He
the-
went
it was
with
too hard,
Tiptoe
man.
Through the Tulips by
Right.
Tiny Tim.
I'm just okay. So I just an overall feel. I couldn't give you one. I'm just too much into this, man. I got too many bands I,
I know
like.
music is tough to narrow
It's
down.
very difficult to
Yeah.
pick one.
I know
road trip.
Gumzilla's coming out when we have our match. Rah, 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 ma, ma.
Yes.
Rah, ma, rah, ma, ma.
He loves it. He loves her. She's great. We love her when she wears her meat jacket.
I'm really surprised nobody picked this song because it's
Give
one
it
of the
to me.
greatest songs of all time.
What is
And
it,
it's
Brad?
Leonard Skinner's Simple Man.
Oh, yeah.
I love that song, Philly.
It's long. You know, you can listen to it for many miles down the road.
Yes.
No doubt
We hit
about
many
it.
rest stops.
Have you ever heard the Shine Down
Yeah, it's good
version?
too.
That's a-
really-
Oh, yeah,
that's-
they
that's-
play-
It's
yeah,
a very
really
good version.
Mama
Yes.
told me
Good too.
Yes.
when I was young.
Sing
I
it,
can't
man.
sing, man.
Sing
but
it.
I love this song. I would sing in the car when I hear that song.
That's
About
a
to
bad
get
I would
you
love
ripped
to
up
hear
and
it.
flipped his table
It's a-
over.
Did you get Britt?
It was that's a good pick, man.
Yeah.
Very good pick.
Love it. All
It's
these
so
are
hard
great.
to like narrow them down.
You heard the
Right.
Shine Down sing it?
I did, yes.
That's
Yeah, I
it's a good
yeah.
version, man.
Two different versions. You got to love it.
I did enjoy that, though.
Very cool stuff.
Just like Sweet Home, like a Leonard Skinner, too. When
Yeah.
they had the two different versions.
I seen Shine Down with Godsmack, and every other night they would flip who was the opener, who was
Yeah.
who
Oh,
was the
okay,
closer.
yeah.
So when we went, Shine Down was the opening band. Man, they were so good.
Did they
I'm
change
thinking,
their set
man.
list up every night, or was it the
don't
same
know.
set list?
I only went to one show.
Oh, okay.
You know which one you need to listen to? Is pull up Carrie Underwood when she sings. She gets Ozzy's approval to sing "Mama, I'm Coming Home." She's got a twist on
Oh,
the country.
really?
Yeah, it's
amazing,
very
man.
good.
He
Wow.
loved it. He goes, excellent.
I got to check
Listen
that out.
to it. Check it out.
For sure. All right, boys, you ready for sports?
Now we on. Down on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Goff looking for him. Throwing for him. It is caught and he's in. Touchdown. And it's up and out.
Gotta get something down the field.
Love, it's picked up. Now rolling out for the first time, and he throws an interception. It's picked off all the way down, and scoring for the Lions is Joseph. Here is Gibbs. First down and more. Gibbs in for the touchdown.
So I had to throw some highlights from the game. Big game, big win by our beloved Detroit Lions, man. I saw that hype video. I was like, gotta.
Hell yeah, man! I'm hyped right now.
So here we are, boys, sitting at 7-1, atop of the NFC, uncharted territory. Would you say before the show, since earlier in the segment was 1956, last time we started this hot? So,
I'm starting to think that we own Lambeau Field now.
It's getting there. It's not.
I love it when they win
or,
and they run around and they hit all the Lions fans.
Yeah.
Oh, it's bad.
So many, they're going. So many people are there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know who does own it. Kirby Joseph.
Yes,
dude is on fire every time he picked.
That's where the game ended right there.
That's right.
Oh yeah, foolish pass.
Stupid.
You wouldn't expect that from Love.
No.
And,
you could tell he was playing hurt though.
Oh, no doubt about it.
But,
no doubt.
Well, I mean, so now we got a showdown down in Houston. Well, let's dial it back real quick. I want to talk to you guys
Sunday
about
night.
Let's do that.
We'll get
Veterans
to that.
Day on Monday right here. I can drink all night.
1 hour later.
Thank you, Cheech. We'll try to get this out here.
This is so nice to sit back and have someone else do this shit. It catches you by surprise.
It's not easy. I'll give you that.
It's good, man.
But
it's easy.
Easy's right there. Yes.
Hi, Easy.
He's packing up. He's ready to go. But
he's turned his back to us.
Brian Branch with the hit. Obviously, what he did after the play, flipping a bird to the fans.
Yeah.
Can't do that, right? You got to be smart. And you saw Aaron Glenn check him about that right away. Also, shout out to Aaron Glenn, by the way. We talked about that too, about how far he's come along. Amik Robinson taunting the fans, pulled his ass off the field. He's like, you got to be smarter.
Yes.
But this hit by Brian Branch, do you feel like it was warranted for him to get ejected?
No, I don't. Because you could watch 10 plays like that. They've been tackling like that for so long. It's hard not to go in with the helmet on. And I don't think it was malicious. But then, like, when you watch it, it's like you can kind of see where the ref called it. But no, I don't think he should have been. He should have got a warning, and then done, one more time, you're out.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're too quick to call that, and then it kind of gives Green Bay a little bit of momentum, but it didn't affect the game. But yeah, that's sad. But that's why they're deep. Lions are deep.
They really are.
As much as you don't want to lose that guy, it didn't make a difference, did it?
No, you're down J-Mo. You got two guys. You got one guy off Cleveland's practice squad. You got a guy you picked up off the practice squad as your
Hutch
bookend.
isn't there.
Yeah, so, see, I'm going to disagree with you, though. I feel like he could have avoided the helmet-to-helmet. I really feel like he could have went lower, been smarter. I get it. You want to make a big play. He's playing out of his mind. He's having a Pro Bowl caliber type season.
Yeah.
But again, like that's just the youth coming out, and those are a little bit of growing pains I think we're going through.
How many? This his second year in the league?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
That's his second one, I think, too, wasn't it?
I believe so. And he's all around the field, man. He flies around. He reminds me of like Brian Dawkins.
He come from Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah.
He's a stud, man. Love to have him on my team, but you hate to see stuff like that in a big playoff game or something like that.
Yeah.
So they just got to tighten that stuff up. And I mean, I've seen way worse hits. I will say that though. At the same time,
Yeah.
I don't.
Well,
think
it's a learning thing though too. So hopefully, when they get to the playoffs, be like, okay, now we can't afford to get you ejected today, so you just have to,
Yeah.
just keep it up there. But man,
Well, what do you guys think, man?
Well, looking at it, and my theory is kind of like Philly's. He knows better. We all know. Okay, when you watch the hit, and there's other defenders there too as well. The guy was vulnerable. And when you come in, he had no turn of the head of like trying to give him the shoulder, the whole crown of that helmet.
Yeah.
So once he did that, it was the guy's vulnerable at that point. And then what leads on to after that, and then the fingers to the crowd, is what makes the New York's like, hey, F this guy, man. Kick him out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what pissed him off. You know what I mean? The rest like, hey, we didn't call. They called from New York. New York made that call. So he's got to do better. He knows how strong he is. He knows they taught you this. We cannot use the crown of the helmet. You know what I mean? At least try to make the movement. He didn't do that.
Yeah.
He was all for it. Now, if this guy doesn't get up, we're looking at a different scenario.
And the other thing, too, is fucking Lions are prime time now.
Yes.
They are the game that everybody's tuning into. So, you know, you gotta carry that weight now on your back. I mean, these guys are out to beat you, but you got to be better than that. Yeah, that's a good point.
But I'll say like this, too, real quick, to add on to that. I don't think he's a dirty player.
No.
I just think he goes to the ball. And in this league, we have to know that just like with the drag down tackle, we can't slide down the body. It's out there to everybody. So it's just catching up and, you know, bang, bang. He'll be back. But let's just hope he don't get again because maybe that could be suspensions.
Right. For sure. B, what's your take on it, man?
Yeah, my quick take on this one. Avoidable, possibly. But, you know, yes, his crown of his helmet did go head to head. It did hit him that way. But he also came down with his shoulder. It looked like he dipped his shoulder a little bit. There was a game that was on before the Lions primetime game, and it was, I believe it was the Dolphins-Bills game.
I seen that.
This guy took a hit worse than that guy. He got flagged for 15 yards, but he didn't get ejected out of the game. So if New York is looking at all games, and they have to be, right, because they probably got designates for every game that's, you know, calling shots in New York for whatever reason, is Branch a repeat offender? Is he like one of these dirty players, like you said, like a Dawkins back in his day? Is this something that, like, he's carrying? I don't think so. He made a bad decision, but in that second or two that you have, I mean, this contact sport we're talking about, some of it's avoided, but it's common sense to, you know, Hollywood's point and your point. You got to know, even in that split second, you might have to just kind of flinch your head and try to avoid it. But it looked like his shoulder went down. I'm not trying to defend the guy, but I don't think it warranted an ejection that early in the game. And how it happened, it was almost like, okay, I just watched a game an hour ago, seen a worse hit than that. It was a 15-yard, you know, penalty.
He should have got a warning. And
there you go. The next time you're done, you're going to lose your best, you know, DB right there. So I don't think he should have been ejected.
You think that I think the ejection came with the reaction when the crowd started booing.
Absolutely. To your point, prime time.
That's what made him do it.
That's the youth in him, you know.
Yeah. And then go, you know what? Hey,
it's just, you can't
eject this guy. Right. Because he showed no remorse. He's like, hey, F you. So guess what? We're going to get him out of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, hopefully he learns from that you know, and gets smarter in bigger games. So how about this? We got to talk about our man, Jared Goff. Our QB1.
No sound on your camera over there. Camera angle has no sound. That's what we're getting feedback on our live.
That's not good.
No, we switched that. We're good. Oh, okay, we're good.
Okay, the only player in NFL history to complete at least 80% of his passes in 3 straight games in a single season, minimum of 15 attempts. Jared Goff is playing at an MVP type level.
Absolutely.
I mean, even Brady's like, man, this is hard to do. You got guys like Rodgers saying, man, give this man his respect. I mean, that's high praise.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that interview. That was cool.
This dude is playing lights out. I mean, credit Ben Johnson, Campbell, who you want, but Goff, I mean, look at his maturation as a quarterback. It's second to none right now. Like, he's playing lights out. Right now, I think he's playing the best quarterback in the league, and that's in front of everybody. I know Lamar's having an MVP-type season too, but I think right here at home, like if Goff can sustain this, even 80% of it, I think we're in real good shape moving forward. As you got guys coming off IR, J-Mo's coming back, the sky's the limit, really.
I think you're seeing leadership out of him.
Yeah.
Now more than ever is the leadership you're seeing.
Yeah.
He's got control of that offense and holding guys accountable. You know, talking, you know what I mean? Where a lot of that you didn't see before, and he's comfortable now. This is home. He's in, you know, the third year, right? Is it third year? He's been here. Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is his home now. You know, even Vane, he knows.
Yeah.
Wow, I gave up on this kid.
When they beat the Rams last year.
Yes.
Now it's his team.
Yes, yes. And like I said, we didn't have that leadership Yeah, Stafford was good, but it just didn't seem like he was, okay, I'll go sit on the bench. You know what I mean? I'm not going to yell at anybody. You know what I mean? His mentality. His is he's calm, but he gets in them guys, and I like that.
Well, now you see that with Stafford, with the Rams.
Yes,
he's
yes.
in clear control of that offense.
Yes, absolutely.
He would pick his spots with us, but he didn't have the team that Goff has, albeit, but still. He went and got his championship, whatever. This is our guy now with the team that we have. I said it earlier. This is the best Lions team I've ever seen in my life.
They're fun to watch.
No doubt.
I agree.
I agree too.
And in those conditions, I mean, it rained the entire game.
Yeah.
And he was just picking that defense apart.
Our hands were better.
At one point, he was, 11 for 11?
11 for 11.
Yeah.
But if I was to say something really quick about Goff, what I noticed that there, you mentioned Stafford. Goff has this calmness about his personality. He's a very chill type of guy, and he plays that on the field. He doesn't make a lot of dumb decisions.
I'm right here, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not Chuck. I'm not screaming at you.
No.
I'm
Goff.
Oh, that's right. You're the lookalike. What I see with Goff, he doesn't get himself too excited. Like if he doesn't see the play, and you mentioned Ben Johnson, these plays are so designed so well, and their timing. You've seen how St. Brown caught that one touchdown where he came this way and turned around, and Goff had him on the opposite shoulder. That's all a design play.
And the ball's right there.
Right there. And so Goff makes really accurate throws. He doesn't throw the tightest spiral and all that, but he's a smart quarterback. He'll get rid of the ball. He'll throw it to the ground real quick where, we've seen it in Stafford's years here. He was a scrambler. He was trying to do Baker Mayfield type shit.
Too much.
Bill's quarterback type stuff.
Yeah.
He's a gunslinger.
He's a gunslinger.
Yeah. Well,
and hats off Stafford. He made a comeback again.
Brady said that, too, because Brady says, this team has so many weapons. He goes, but yet you don't look at Goff as a weapon. He is a weapon.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll burn you on a long pass.
Hell yeah.
He'll find that deep guy.
Again, you talk about Mike Tyson, and granted, look, Goff's been to a Super Bowl. He's played in big games.
Yes.
Number one overall pick. Like, this guy's been around, played a lot of high-level football, so he's no slouch, man. Like
He's got more wins than losses.
You got to pay this man his due, and I think right now we're in a prime spot to go for a run. You got to be all in at this point.
I think so.
This is if it ended today and the season started with playoffs, the Lions, the road would go through Detroit for the NFC.
Don't you believe that's key, though? Because we were down there for the Rams game last year, saw that crowd, how ruckus it was. I'm sure you guys could see it on TV. It was amazing. The best sports atmosphere, period, I've ever seen.
Agreed.
Of course, the storyline helped that. Right? But this fan base is so behind this team, and it's just, if it's through Detroit, I mean, we got to go Super Bowl. I don't feel like anybody's beating us at home in the playoff atmosphere. No. I really don't.
Because we're a good road team, too. It's like, it don't matter, like Campbell said, it don't matter where we play.
Yeah, 100%.
We're good no matter where we play.
Yeah.
And that is very key, man.
So,
huge.
Go around the table real quick. Best team in the NFC?
Absolutely.
I got to say Detroit.
100% Detroit Lions.
Okay, last thing before we get we can talk whatever other sports we want. Who is the biggest threat to the Lions in the NFC?
In the NFC right now, I'm thinking the Eagles are getting hot.
That's a good pick. That's what I was going to say. So I think they're getting right. You see Jalen Hurts playing a lot better football, not turning the ball over. They're starting to get healthy and figure that offense out. So I think of all the teams, they're probably primed. What do you think, Hollywood?
Well, with Kupp and Pakua back, I say the Rams could be a threat, and with Williams in the backfield, they're still a threat. I think, because we didn't have them last time we played them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So to have them two guys change that whole dynamics of that team.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the Rams too.
Okay.
What about Washington? Washington's playing some great football right now too.
They are.
I mean, that's a team that, we're going back to the 90s. Last time we've seen a decent playoff run.
Just don't know if they're ready now.
Yeah, but they're young. That's the young quarterback. Young team.
I think he takes a lot of big hits. Jaden Daniels. I remember we talked rookie quarterbacks. We talked Bo Nix, Daniels, and Williams. I had a feeling he was going to be the best one of the bunch this year because I feel like he was most NFL ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's having a really good season, man.
He shows it too.
Yeah.
What if you're a Bears fan right now? All this Caleb Williams hype that was going on. Caleb, man. I mean, it's not living up to the expectations yet.
Who was the defensive back on the Hail Mary pass? They showed him. He's talking with the crowd.
Oh, the guy
play's
that was
already going.
Yeah, he tipped the ball.
Number 29.
Yeah.
Stevenson.
I would have benched his ass.
Tyreek Stevenson.
What a clown.
I mean, you gotta know.
He's fucking taunting the crowd, and the play's going. I'm thinking, bro, what are you doing?
They had this conversation on Get Up. Like, is that the coach's fault, or do you put that on the player?
Player. You're a pro, man.
You're
play
out there,
like
you
a
know
pro.
what the play is. Okay, how many Hail Marys do you defend? Right? It's a lucky play.
Yeah.
But man, you got to be ready. You're putting your whole team at
That would have got his
disadvantage.
ass on the bench next game because what he did was he bought in.
Right.
He bought into the crowd. He fed in. Like they tell you, don't buy in. Crowd can say whatever they want.
Yep.
You start feeding back, okay, took you right out of the game.
Yeah.
And look what happens.
And he was the one that tipped the ball to the guy that got that winning
Trying
touchdown.
to knock it down.
Yes.
It tips, and then that boom.
Yeah, that's funny. That aerial view that they showed of him standing out there, he had his whole back. The kickoff already happened. He still had his back to the game. I'm like, what was that guy thinking? And it turned out he was the guy that screwed it up.
John, yep.
What a dummy, man.
Hanging around.
Hanging around.
So we got to talk about, because we missed last week, let's talk about Anthony Richardson. So you got this franchise quarterback, big division game, taps out on a big third down. Basically, and admits it in the media. See, here's the thing. I bet you there's other people that have done that, but they just don't go to the media and say, hey, I was tired.
Yeah.
You don't
that
do
was
shit like that, man.
Kiss of death.
No,
Now
absolutely
you're going to have this stuck to your name for however long. It's going to take a lot for him to dig himself out of this because people lose respect, man. He was getting trashed in the media, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Wrong thing to do. I mean, you're an NFL player, bub. Like, you're making millions of dollars, man. I get you're tired, but, hey, you got to tough that shit out.
Yeah, you got to find a way.
You know, and if I'm the coach, I think they did the right thing, you know.
I agree with that. I think with Richardson was trying too much. And you could tell him. He was like that kid in the schoolyard. I'm not going to pass you the ball, and I'm going to keep running with it. Even though you're going to go run into some defenders, I'm going to try to go back the other way.
Yeah.
And that's what he was showing. He looked like a little kid on the field. You are an NFL quarterback, okay, whether you're young or not. You got to know this, and you know what I'm saying? And he made, ignorant mistakes, which hopefully he'll learn from. And by this benching, because his team supports him, they actually say they play better with him. They want him out there, but he's got to be right.
For sure. No, I agree.
Sometimes you got to send a message.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think they did. Other sports news, Dodgers won the World Series. I mean, let's talk about Aaron Judge shitting the bed, man.
Boy, that bat went quiet, didn't it? They were counting on Judge for so
Routine
much.
fly ball, man. That one inning, they lost the series in that one. I think it was like the fifth inning.
I watched every one of those games.
Did you?
I enjoyed it, man. It was great.
Did you see those fans take the ball out of that dude's glove?
I want that.
The Yankee guy, he was. He had tickets for the next game.
If that guy would have jumped high enough, they would have took his wallet too.
Pretty much. You're right, Cheech. That was nuts.
Is Judge that player, that big thug that hits you 45 home runs, but you can't get further than that?
It might be, man.
You know what I mean? That
He peaks.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't have anything else after that.
What's on your mind? You didn't say, well, maybe the light was caught there. You didn't show. It was kind of like
he was watching the runner. He looked up and then he looked down and then boom, it looked like then he's just like.
And I know that stuff can happen. It can happen, but you're like, you hate to say.
Look at Freddie Freeman. The guy was injured.
Yeah.
He came in and balled out, man.
You're on the biggest stage right now. You're in New York. You're playing the Dodgers.
You dream of things like this as a kid.
And that was just the
locked
start of it.
in, man.
That was just the start. That wasn't the only thing that caused that. But it trickled down from him, then to the shortstop throwing it into the ground.
Yeah, bad field.
Someone didn't cover first base.
Yes.
Yeah, sloppy baseball.
Yeah, sloppy
and that's
baseball.
how it starts. It started there.
Yeah.
And, even
Cole's,
like Rizzo's
he's telling him, cover the bag, and then the fucking
thought he
runner's
had
like,
it.
this motherfucker can't beat me to the
Mookie's
bag.
running.
Maybe the nerves got to him.
Yeah. Shanti just had surgery on his shoulder.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he just had the other day, very successful. You see him when he'd go and slide, and he'd come up and he'd grab his stuff to hold that shoulder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he went and had surgery the other day.
Who's the big Yankee player that the Yankees are? He's going to be a free agent. Big name guy. Staten? Is that the guy?
him.
I mean, is that a potential Detroit Tiger pickup, or is that over our head? We going back to the Miguel things and buying a big name, and that's all you can afford?
A DH, possibly. He can hit the dingers, a DH. But I think
I'd rather spend money on a couple different players than just
one big name.
I think they're trying to keep the youth, like what they got, like what Detroit's doing within the.
You see what they ran into when they faced really good pitching, though. They couldn't generate a lot of runs.
That's what I'm thinking.
You could only manufacture for so long.
Yeah.
when you go up against like a LA or New York, you're going to have to, power with power here.
Right.
So I think they're going to have to get a bat.
It's like what Freeman did. Like he's intimidating. He's a big dude. He's
an old journeyman.
And I'm telling you, when that guy, he knew when his pitch came, that fastball that was right where he wanted, he crushed it, man.
Yeah.
Like those are the guys you have to have on a good team.
Yeah. And they just got rid of Mize. Mize just got traded to the Phillies. Mm-hmm. So they're talking about bringing John Flaherty back here, getting him dirt cheap, which he was good with us.
Yep.
So maybe he comes back. You go and get another pitcher, but you're going to have to go get a big hitter because I don't know if you're going to stick with Torque. I don't know if that's going to be the guy you're going to stay with.
Yeah.
Your outfield set. Your shortstop still little, Sweeney, I don't know what we're going to do with him. The lefty shortstop batting. They're talking about maybe Baez coming out. That's the wrong message to send. Do not put him back out there next year.
They were better without him, man.
Yes,
that's when they got all their momentum.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
That's when they started playing good ball.
Yeah, if you want to, you bring that guy off the bench.
You got to go do
situation
something
or
to step up to the next level. Okay, we got in the playoff. We lost. But now we're going past that. We own Cleveland. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Anything else in sports, guys?
Michigan still sucks. What's going on with U of M, man? Like, I mean, did they lose enough players that I'm not a big college guy, but is that where the demise is at? They just don't have the talent that they had?
I think part of the problem, too, is you're not going to grab those top quarterbacks because of this looming, if they're going to get suspended to where they can't get to the bowl games. These guys only have a couple years to showcase their talent to get to the NFL.
Yeah. So I want to go one deeper on this. So in college football, these guys can get endorsements now. They can get paid.
Yeah.
Is there some type of thing? Is that affecting how certain players want to go to NIL? Do they want to go to different schools? Because they're not going to stay loyal to one school if someone else offers more money.
What's the limit pay on that?
I don't think there is one because you look at Bryce Underwood from Belleville. Mm-hmm. He's a top-rated quarterback in the whole nation, right? He's committed to LSU for X amount of $1 million. I think I read $3 million is what Michigan's going to try to match to get him to stay home.
And that's his pay. Yeah. He gets paid to play college football.
Oh, yeah.
Is that starting to,
Well, they were saying that anyway
the game
when they wanted to do that about the rankings, about them being on TV, going, well, why not pay them? You're getting all this money off of NBC and all.
This is why they blackballed Jim Harbaugh, because he wanted all these players to get more money.
Bigger
and the
universities,
NCAA's like, you ain't cutting into our pie, No.
Yeah.
And then that's why they were just hammering him, and he knew all this shit was coming on. That's why he went to go fucking coach the Chargers.
Well, and I think that's why Nick Saban's
Smart
in
guy.
broadcasting now. I think he saw this shit coming.
Yeah.
Writings on
What
the
do you
wall.
think about
He
that?
didn't want any part of it?
Nope.
You think it's really?
He said,
It
I
ruined
don't.
the sport.
He said, I don't want to compete. I don't want to compete like that.
Do you think players in the college level, now we go all these teams across, East Coast, West Coast, Pacific Coast, they all got to get paid, right? Mm-hmm. Or is it just the big SEC, Pac-10, 12? That wouldn't be right.
It's whoever has the money, but you look at teams like Indiana, they're 8-0, right? They got all these transfers in. Now they're a competitive team. You know that's going to generate money for the school, so now they're going to be able to continue this for a few years.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You agree with it, or?
I don't love it. I really don't. I think I'm used to, there was college, and get your money any way you can, right? It's a hustle. I understand that. But I think for the overall value of the game, I think it hurts it.
Yeah, well, look at the ones that had to pay for it prior to that got suspended.
Yeah.
Stuff for taking money.
Right.
So now they have the 12-team playoff. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, out of them 12 teams, how many can really win the national championship? 5?
Still likely, yeah.
5 or 6?
You're talking about that possibly going to 16.
Let's say you got a blue chipper in playing at Saginaw Valley. This kid's a superstar, man. He's making the school proud. Someone comes around and says, hey, man, why don't you transfer to the University of Michigan, get you a deal here? I mean, that kid's good as gone. So, I mean, you can almost pick it's kind of like a free agent market. What money you have, you can buy your team now.
Yeah.
I think it's hurting the sport.
That kid from Lake Orion Heights or something like that, he's bad too, that white kid. He's real
Oh, yeah.
Now, to talk about Michigan, though, like, they hung with Oregon a little bit. That's the number one team in the nation. Like, nobody really expected them to win that game. But
and Texas.
Yeah, just too much. They lost too much, coaching-wise, player-wise. It's just,
Enjoy that national championship.
It's that turnover.
That doesn't come around very often, right?
You got the hangover.
Get lightning in a bottle and enjoy it. That's why we have to do this with our Lions.
Yeah.
Enjoy it while we have it.
Exactly. Good topic, though. All right, boys, ready for the picks?
Let's go.
Sir. What are the standings, bro?
All right. So we have a tie at the top, my man.
Oh, boy, look at this.
Mano y mano, 91-47, Chi-Chi and myself. GMB creeping up on us at 86-52, and Hollywood not far behind at 83-55. So, Cheech, since you are crept up on me, homie, go ahead and read the games off.
Starting off tomorrow night, we have the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. Who you got, Hollywood?
You know, Cincinnati's got to win, man. They got. If they're going to stay in there in Burrows, and I know that Baltimore, I'm going to go with Cincy. I'm going to say it's going to be close.
Upset, huh?
In Baltimore.
In Baltimore. He knows how to play there. Burrows knows how to play there. It's a must-win for them.
GMB, what you got?
Joe Cool, he's balling. He's playing good ball right now.
What do you have last? 4 touchdowns last weekend?
300 something.
He balled out, yeah. He's having a great season, period.
He always gets better. He starts slow. We talked about this at the beginning. Like they were shit for the first 3 games. It was like, man, what happened to Cincinnati? But that's his mantra. That's what this guy does. I'm going to take Baltimore. I think they're just too powerful. I think you got a backfield like Derrick Henry, better defense. Cincinnati's coming in their own, but Baltimore, man, they're going to be the team to beat, I think, in the AFC. Beyond Kansas City.
I could totally see an upset by Cincinnati, but I just can't call it. I got to go Baltimore.
Okay. So, Hollywood, you are the odd man out on this one, which is good.
I am going.
You got to take chances if you want to move up.
You're going Baltimore?
Baltimore, too.
Baltimore.
Trust me when I fucking tell you.
Trust
me when I
Okay, get into the Sunday games.
What is this bowl?
We got the New York Giants against the Carolina Panthers.
This is tricky.
At 9:30 a.m. So where are they playing? In London?
Hamtramck.
Germany? They're playing in Hamtramck.
I have no idea. That's got to be a London game, right? It has to.
Playing at the Sviti house.
This is playing over at the Kosciuszko bar over on Konotany.
Putin's got him playing in fucking Russia.
What is fucking
Whatever he hits, he destroys.
I'm going to go with the G-Men.
I'm right there with you, Hollywood Giants.
I like that Tracy and Singletary kid.
Yeah, man.
Neighbors,
Danny Jones.
Who's QBing for Carolina right now?
Young.
Man.
They played New Orleans tough, man. They beat them.
They did.
New Orleans is a shit show right now, though.
Unbelievable.
Struggling. You're going to be surprised at that pick coming up then.
Yeah, I'm going G-Man.
Me too. Giants.
Thomas calling Carr out.
We're all even across the board. Next game, Chi.
New England Patriots against the Chicago Bears.
Shit the bed Bears.
In Chicago.
In Chicago?
Man, New England's such a weird team, man.
They are.
Who you taking?
Who's the quarterback?
For New England?
Brissett?
No, I think it's Drake May.
Yeah, May.
It is?
I'm going to go with the Bears.
The Bears?
Da Bears.
Da Bears.
I think the Bears pull it out.
Taking the Bears.
I'll tell you what, Chicago, man, they started off gangbusters. Now they're kind of leveling out.
4-4?
The Khalid, man. Khalid is struggling, bro. Got to get him to Moles to get a haircut, my friend.
Throw more.
I got the Bears.
Late night at the hookah bar, bro.
Too much double apple, man.
Here's a game to surprise you.
Too much sherry mint.
The Buffalo Bills
much
at
Fijiwara.
the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, what do we
Bills
have
at the
here?
Colts.
Who's quarterback?
Minshew.
No,
Minshew.
It's not Richardson. Is it Flacco, right? Yeah, the good old Joe Flacco.
Flacco looked bad.
I'm going with
He didn't even look like he wanted to be at the last
Josh
game.
Allen.
He's sitting on the bench. He's like, what am I doing here?
Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
See, this is a typical game Buffalo would lose.
A trap game.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is definitely a trap.
Exactly.
You're like, oh, what the hell's going on with Josh
They're
Allen?
partying till
Right?
2 in the morning the night before the game. Fuck, we'll win this game. They show up and they get blown out like 31-3.
I just don't see it, though. If I'm betting, I got to go with the better team going Buffalo.
I got Buffalo.
Buffalo all day.
Cheech, you taking the
I can
Bills?
see it.
Bills. I
All
got
right.
the Bills.
Unanimous.
Stop Bills.
Here we go, Cheech.
The Denver Broncos, Eazy-E's team, versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Who do you got, Easy?
In KC.
Sean Payton's got that team playing, dude.
Good one. He's playing.
Knicks is doing well.
Do you see an upset coming?
Are they the one that stumps them?
The Chiefs are banged up a little bit, but man, they always find a way to win.
I mean, you look at they got Hopkins now.
2 touchdowns.
Mahomes are finding that connection.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going with the Chiefs. Sorry, easy.
9-0.
Yep, you're going Chiefs. I got Chiefs on this one too.
Give me the Chiefs, Brez.
Looks like we're all going to have the same record.
We're a stalemate.
I know assholes are tight like Gumpzilla in a whorehouse.
I don't know. He might have hung out at P. Diddy's. It may not be that tight.
Yeah. There's a picture of Gumpzilla with P. Diddy.
Holding a bottle of lube.
Or 27 bottles. I mean, it was what,
or standing next to a pallet taking a selfie.
Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. I got to go Falcons all day.
Now, wait, guys. New coach got fired. Usually when a coach gets fired, things change. The team gets a little inspired. You know, think about that. Playing for the new guy.
I'm going Atlanta.
Falcons.
Sure didn't fucking help my cause.
You're not selling nobody.
I am taking New Orleans Saints in this one.
Are you?
For that very reason. I always feel like that's always like I think it's Minshew's uncle, Steve.
See Rebel.
Steve Minshew.
See Rebel's taking over the offense.
Man. I don't even like them. They won't let me get free concessions. Who'd you take, Philly?
I'm going Atlanta, man.
All right, I'm the odd man out here.
Kirk Cousine.
Cousine.
San Francisco 49ers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Christian McCaffrey is back.
He is back.
Does he get hurt again?
Tampa's lost, 3 out of the last 4 football games.
Yeah.
They're struggling.
Yeah.
Can they afford to lose another one at home?
No, they do. They have to win because this is NFC shit. They got to win games like this.
Yeah.
Who are you taking, Cheech?
They're fighting for their playoff lives.
They really are.
I'm going to go with Frisco. San Fran.
The boy's mine.
Hollywood?
I got to go with Tampa, man. I think they got to pull it off.
You think Mayfield's got a little power? Now, is
hoping.
Evans still out? The big receivers they have?
He had the pulled hammy, right?
Yeah,
Evans.
Godwin's out long term. Evans is like week to week.
Week to week.
Godwin, man, his fucking leg was this way.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm taking San Francisco.
Hollywood, I want to go with you, but they played the Chiefs tough. Took them to overtime.
There you go.
Wore the boys out.
They're home.
He was pissed when that coin flip. He was like,
Philly, you're in first place. You can take a mulligan. You're not going to – he'd have to clean sweep your ass next week.
But this is how it starts.
There's 2 in first place? Excuse me, yeah.
Maybe we could cook the books a certain way over here, Joan. We can make 2 different records for you.
No.
Watch it.
Come on, Philly. We take it,
I got to keep the books tight, Tony.
It's pure.
What are you doing over there? Come on, this guy.
I'll be honest. It's pure fucking luck.
It really is.
I don't know what the fuck
there's
I'm
no
doing.
strategy. It's throw darts and let's go.
I'm going Tampa Bay at home.
Oh, wow. He switched back to Tampa. So we got 2 TBs and we got 2 San Francisco.
Game I like right here.
Here we go. This is a good game.
Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington
Old school
Commanders.
football teams right here, boys.
I am going Commanders. Like I like my women, Commando.
Nice.
Going Commanders.
I'm going to go Russell
Did you
Wilson,
ever
man.
show him your fog machine?
I'm going with that Steel Town, them Steelers.
I'm with Sal. I got Pitt. I like the coach. I like the player. I like their style. I think they're going to grind.
They just got Adams, didn't they?
They're going to get to this.
They just got Mike Williams.
Mike Williams, and they picked up that Smith guy for.
How old's Mike Williams? I think I went to high school with that guy.
Yeah,
he is kind of washed up.
Clintondale
Watch out for the
Dragon,
Steelers in
man.
that AFC.
He didn't want to play for Southern Cal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Not
That
the
guy
Mike Williams
retired.
we drafted. This
He retired years
Wow,
ago.
man, he went back to the archives on that one, Philly. He went back like 10 seasons. That Mike Williams, man, that guy
Hey,
got
watch
caught
out for
smoking
Pittsburgh
dope.
in the
No, that was
AFC.
Roy
They're
Rogers
sleepers.
or Aaron somebody like that.
They're sleepers.
I really think that Pittsburgh is solid all the way around.
For real.
And give me Pittsburgh. I think Washington's going to level out here.
Shit the bed.
We got 3, and you're taking
I'm taking Washington. I'm
okay,
taking the
here
Commanders.
we go.
Minnesota Vikings
Garbage.
at Jacksonville. I am going with the Vikings.
Trevor Lawrence pulled this one off.
They're really looking rough, though, man. Jacksonville does not look like a good football team right now.
Minnesota, man.
I like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and I'm taking Minnesota, man. Minnesota's got their back against the wall
I'm
right
going
now.
Minnesota.
Sam Darnold, Jefferson.
Hawks back.
Yeah, I think Minnesota's too much for him.
Nobody took Jacksonville then?
No.
All right.
Tennessee Titans and the LA Chargers. Chargers
You
in
never know
LA.
these two teams. You never know these two teams.
Yeah, LA's just, hit or miss.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good and then they're terrible.
Yeah. I'm going to go
Tennessee's just
Tennessee.
But Tennessee, with the Lions smoked them. That was a fun game. That game with the whole new kickoff rule and that stuff, that fucking shit was fun, wasn't it?
Reynolds, man, he was.
God,
I'm going
looked
Jim
like
Harbaugh.
the Roadrunner out there.
Oh, you're talking about Raymond.
I'm going
Raymond,
Harbaugh.
yeah.
Jim Harbaugh.
I'm going to take the Chargers, those Chargers.
I think Harbaugh's got this team turned around. And Herbert, man, these guys are loving each other.
Yeah, I'm taking Harbaugh because Jack fired me up at the Michigan Hall of Fame.
Who has it better than him?
And they're 4-4.
See, Rebel thought he was better than Jack Harbaugh.
Boy, man, were they annoying at that show? No. Okay, we did it.
Dude,
he asked a question. He's like, I didn't hear you.
What did he say? I got the Chargers in this one.
You remember this next game, though? What
Right.
happened last year?
You got Chargers?
I'm taking Chargers.
Okay, Chargers.
Hollywood, you took Chargers,
Jim
Philly?
Harbaugh.
Chargers.
We're unanimous. Here we go, boys.
Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. What do you think, Jerry?
Well, I tell you what, boy, I don't have much to say at this time. Boy, Dak's shit in the bed.
He's out, ain't he, Jerry?
He's out.
How about that Megan Parson, that big son bitch?
You talking about that bull hammer? I think he finna come off IR.
That damn bull hammer.
That's so fucking good.
When I tell him to get on the field, I just tell him, suck him now.
Suck on these nuts. That's great.
That's funny.
Oh.
I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles.
I got to go with that, too. I can't see Dallas without Dak.
Dallas is in trouble right now, man. There's trouble in Jerry World. I got to take the Eagles.
They kicked their ass last year.
Eagles are too good. Dallas
good.
is just their offense is horrible. I know they just traded for a receiver, but he ain't gonna do nothing.
No.
They don't have any identity on offense.
If they beat them, I'd be sick to myself. I'd like
how?
They did it last year.
I think
Right.
Jalen
that's
Hurts
stupid
throws
they come
4
in there.
touchdowns,
But Prescott
3
was-
and runs for 1. He's going to destroy this team.
Yeah. Philly's riding with Philly.
We're all unanimous.
Saquon, did you see that play last week, man, when he hurdled that dude like backwards?
Dude, that was a highlight reel.
Yeah, that
that
was
and the
ridiculous.
St.
What the
Brown handstand on his top of his
Yeah,
head. Man,
that
like
was badass.
That was cool as hell, man.
We got the New York City Jets against the Arizona Cardinals.
The unpredictable Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
Hey, he's sitting at 5-4 right now.
They're first
Crept up
place.
on that
Jets
ass. No, Cardinals.
Cardinals.
They're in first place right now.
Yeah.
And Cardinals.
NFC West.
Cardinals take the Jets out.
They
Cardinals
put a fork
take
in
Jets
them.
are struggling,
Yep.
man.
Well, you got the prima donna over there, Rodgers. He's trying to run the whole fucking team over there. I want this guy. I want that guy. Fire the coach. And is it working out for you, Aaron? Not really.
Man,
I think I'm going to go with
your boy.
Arizona.
You putting a fork in him.
Yeah, I got to put a fork in him now.
So you're taking Arizona.
I'm taking
As much as I don't like the guy I just talked about, I think this is a do or die game for them.
Jets.
I'm taking the Jets.
And they're
Taking the
still,
Jets.
even at 3-6, still in that division somehow, some way.
How at 3-6?
That's what I'm saying, Philly. They have to
That
win.
division, man.
It's a weak division.
I got the
This is the debacle where they lose, and you see the end of the Jets. This is where you see it get bad.
You're saying once again.
Once again, you see this is where it gets bad. Then the finger pointing comes.
Yep. Already fired the coach.
Who do you got, B?
I got the Jets. Taking the Jets.
Taking the Jets.
You know me. I'm not the biggest Murray fan. I know a lot of people are. Somehow, some way, I feel like Rodgers and Adams get it done. I don't know how. I don't know why.
Okay.
The highlight reels of Aaron Rodgers
like
throwing an 80-yard bomb.
And I knew I should have picked them against
That's
Houston.
okay.
I just had a feeling like when a team's backed up against the wall and they have to win just to keep their season alive for whatever reason, you get the best play.
And they were
Right.
playing home, were they?
And they were at home. You're right. They're on the road. It's going to be hot down there.
Right there.
It's going to be hot down
Dry
there.
ass goddamn heat right now.
Be a lot of sweaty balls.
But with all the-
8:20 Sunday
Hold on. I
night.
didn't make my
Wait, he
pick,
make his
okay?
pick. Yeah, cheat. Slow it down, God damn it.
Give me the Jets, damn it.
Jets. J.
You win, Jets.
T.
Jets.
T.
What you
S.
doing, Feach?
Here we go.
Arizona Cardinals.
So we got 2 Arizonas and 2 Jets, right? You called Arizona for this game, Hollywood? Here it is. Go on, Chiefs.
8:20 Sunday night.
The big one.
The Detroit Lions and the Houston Texans.
Grit.
Lions all day. How do we go against them now? You can't. Can't do that.
On the road.
Brand new uniforms for Houston.
What are we going with?
What the hell is that guy? They're wearing a throwback, or they got the?
Oh, it's like a new burgundy red.
Like our Lions black throw. They got an alternate.
All red. Looks bad.
Some of these alternate uniforms are badass.
They're sick, man.
They're so sweet looking.
They really are. But with that being
said,
what have you?
What do you got there, Mr. Hollywood, my friend? What are you thinking?
What do you want to talk about?
What's good about it?
Well, Hollywood does start with the letter H.
Oh, he smells upset. He smells an upset over here.
I can't do that, Detroit.
You better not.
Hell no.
Come on, man, it's a sin. You took Detroit.
Detroit.
Yes, Lions.
All day Detroit. I think the defense is.
You need this game.
Stay in the driver's seat.
There's going to be a couple plays that we haven't even seen yet.
Yes.
They're going to throw them into this game.
They go, wow.
Because it's on Sunday night.
We got a lot of shit to show still, but we got this Ben Johnson, man. He's like a magician. I think it's gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna be a close game. I think this will be a C.J. Stroud coming out party once again. He'll play like he did last year. He's got to step up his game. Houston, they only have 2 or 3 wins. They don't have very many wins.
They have 6 wins.
Are they 6 wins?
Yeah.
Are they
6 and 3.
I'm sorry
6 and
that
3.
I don't know. I could still. Detroit's on such a fucking roll right now, man. This team is impressing me in more ways than I've ever dreamt of. So I'm going to stick with my hometown Detroit Lions.
Yeah, and it's tough. I mean, you hear Nico Collins might come back. They got a good defense. You know, Stroud has kind of been waiting to have that breakout game again.
Anderson, right? He's back.
Yeah, so they're getting healthy, but I just still feel like we're just a better football team. I think it's going to be a good game. I can see it being within a touchdown, but I think Lions win.
There you go.
Sedarius Smith will have 2 sacks.
Ooh, calling your shot.
He'll have 2 quarterback sacks.
Are you gonna put a bet on MGM Sportsbook on that one?
No.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
They would let you. They probably could do that, right?
I said no.
No, I'm just trying to convince you. You need to spend some of that communion money. This guy's so tight, he's like bark on trees.
Monday night, November 11th, Veterans Day.
Oh, that's right.
Don't
Veterans
go out
Day.
to your mailbox on Monday because there'll be nothing in it.
No mail.
I'm off.
Not even leftover political mail.
Probably, maybe.
Cheech will be having lunch.
You'll be hanging out with Lesh.
One of our zip codes today.
Grit.
They had to take out a political mail because it was at the plant. So it's like, we already got a president. We know who it is.
Who in the hell just dropped this Sharif Canada thing in my mailbox?
The Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Rams.
Second game being played at SoFi in 2 days. You got the Chargers playing there, and then the next day they change the colors, and the Rams come and play at the same stadium.
The
Kinda
Rams
cool.
are clicking right now.
They
I got to go with Stafford and the boys.
And against Tua, and they got to win.
They do need to win.
They got to win.
Are you surprised he doesn't want to wear that extra helmet?
He might regret it. And there's players are wearing them right now. Yeah, it looks goofy, but
he won't even remember that he didn't
sad,
want to wear it.
When you talk about Miami right now, it's just
They're losers.
they are. They're falling apart. Doesn't it feel like the head coach is like out of it right now? Does he seem to you
The
just
guy that looks like Mike.
No, I mean on a cleaned up Mike, but this guy looks like he's dealing bricks down in Miami right now.
I'm going Rams with Stafford.
Yeah.
All right, I got the Rams on this one too.
I got to go Rams, man. Miami's a hot mess right now.
Yeah,
Rams are dangerous right now. It seems like they're
They got to stay up at pace.
They got
momentum. They got a healthy.
They got some momentum. Yeah.
Yeah, they got their receivers back. That's going to help Stafford out.
Well, good stuff, boys. Good luck this week. And as always, thank you for watching. Remember to email us at fivesaweekpodcast@gmail.com. Subscribe to us on Apple, Spotify, Facebook, and YouTube. Love y'all. Be good.
Thank you, everybody.
Or Apple Snatch.
Or Apple Puss. Hold on. Where's it at? We're going to end it with some lines. Well,
BigMushrooms.com.